We live. What's good, y'all?
Turn your radios up. Turn your radios up, man. You know what it is. If you don't know what it is,
It's
easily
easily
rigged.
rigged. You feel me?
There we
Let's get
go.
it.
So we gonna wait. We gonna wait till our people get in the building. But in that meantime, while we waiting for the people, easily rigged. What is easily rigged? Is B-Eazy and Big Rig Slap. Shout out to Knowledge and Relationships. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's currently in the chat and that will be in the chat in the future. We got some special cooked up for y'all, and this is just an appetizer. Going forward, we're gonna be giving y'all the full entree, but we can't give y'all everything on the plate today. But
Can't
you
do
know
that.
what? Let's just get right into it. Nice, nice. So, Big Rig, let the people know. Did you make that slap yourself or what?
Yeah, I made that, man. I do my little producing thing, so I whipped that up real quick.
I like that. So, what program you use to make your beats on?
I use a Native Machine by Native Instruments. It's like a drum machine, but it's a drum machine. It also has sounds in it, so it's not like really a MPC or anything like that. It's a little bit different than that. But I used to deal with Reasons a lot, and then I started working with the machine, and that's just where it's at.
Okay, that's what's up. So, once again, thank everybody for tuning in. This easily rigged, B-Eazy, that dude, and Big Rig Slap. So, we coming straight, live and direct from the Bay Area, and we want to give y'all a little bit of that Bay Area flavor. You know what I mean? Actually, a lot of that flavor. Because we season our food over here, and we extra saucy, ragooey. So, Big Rigs. I know that you into slaps. I know you into cooking up these hot beats, but another thing that you seem to be into is fast cars, big body whips, all sorts of fly stuff.
Yeah, man. Shit. I've been into the car game, man, for a long time. You feel me? First started off with a low rider. You know what I'm saying? Always wanted to hit switches. You know what I'm saying? So as a youngster, I did my thing, man. Got my car. Put my first little hydraulic setup in there. Ended up kind of evolving. Like it wasn't enough, so I started like throwing more batteries in there, doing full frame type of reinforcement. So I ended up taking it to shows, you know what I mean? And was hopping against some of the top dogs that's in the magazines, been in the magazine maybe about 3 or 4 times. Lowrider magazine at that, the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So got my trophies, you know what I mean? So been in the car game for a minute, man. Now I'm just kind of pushing my vert. I got a drop, you know what I'm saying? So working on the drop. Not doing the low riding thing no more. More into the like big wheels and all that shit. So we on right now.
So you gotta ask. I don't know how it is where y'all from, but over here, usually people gotta you gotta pick a side, right? Chevy or Ford or something else. Are you more of a Chevy man or a Ford man?
I put it
It's
more like GM, right? So GM, you got the Pontiac under that umbrella, you got the Chevy, you got the O's, which is my heart. You know what I'm saying? You got the Buick. So I'm Team GM, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of Chevys in my day, but I'm Team, Team Oldsmobile over here, man.
yeah, I gotta be Team Chevy now. I don't discriminate because all of the cars that you named was lit, but my favorite has always been Camaro and box Chev. I had multiple box Chevs, 84, 83, 89, even the bubble Caprices too. So I love Chevys. Camaro, um, Caprice is my favorite ones, but I don't sleep on the Fords either though. And GM, they put out some nice stuff. Especially but it's hard to contend with a Chevelle though, too, right? A Chevelle, a Caprice, any of them things sitting high on sixes. I mean, I like the big rims. I know some people like to I know they like to invert their rims, or they like to have big tires with little rims. What you like? You like the big rims? You like the Dayton's? What?
Well, when I low ride, I was on the gold ones and everything. That's what we do in the Bay, man. We ride gold. So, when I was low riding, I was on Golden Vogues. You know what I'm saying? But my latest, man, I was on 28s, bro. So on my drop that I got right now, I had 28s on there. Real rubber bandish type tires. So I kind of rode those for about a good year, man. But I really like traveling in my shit. I'm not the type that just keep the car parked. You know what I'm saying? So like I hit the block in my shit. I'm in cities and all that everywhere. You feel me? So rolling on them rubber bands, man, it gets a little bit sketchy, man. Especially out here, you know how them roads is, man. So like I got rid of the eights, man, and I'm going back to the wires, man. So I'm gonna be back on the gold ones and Vogues on him. I'm gonna go to the 22s though with the big Vogue tire. You feel me? So it'll look like I'm damn near on like a 26 and shit. You know what I'm saying, when it's on the car. So yeah, I'm going back to the wires and Vogues, man.
Yeah, and just for the people, not everybody know what them rubber band things is. So could you just elaborate a little bit what you mean when you say rubber bands?
Yeah, man. The rubber bands, man. That's like a really, really thin tire. So basically, when you on rubber bands, when you see a car on big rims and it looks like the rim is damn near touching the fucking like the street, like you barely see any type of tire. That's a rubber band. You feel me? Salute to y'all in the chat too, man.
Yeah, salute to the chat. Quantum Love, Miss Tequila, Knowledge and Relationships. Everybody that's in here, make sure to hit the like button on the way in. And
Like,
after the
man.
stream, make sure that you leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. So, Big
Indeed.
Rig. So, you enter car contests, you know what I mean? You riding on them big boys. What about the beat though? What type of beat you got in the back of that trunk?
We
Don't tell me you got some 12s or some 10s.
well, my name, man, is Big Rig Slaps, you feel me? So I don't got the slaps on my name for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So my motto is, what I'm saying, 15s and everything. So all my cars, man, I got 15s in there, man. What I'm gonna do with the drop, I have 15s in there. But what I'm gonna do with it now, since I did the little remix with him and shit, I'm kind of going a little extra dummy. So I don't even want to speak on it because I might have some people looking in, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's gonna have the 15s in there, man. But it's gonna be pretty much doubled up, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a motherfucking monster. So I don't do nothing less than 15s, man. Nothing
Okay,
less.
that's what's up. Yeah, that's how I go. I usually go with the 15s. However, don't don't sleep on the 12s and 10s though. It's really about the setup, right? Because some people, because not all brands are created equal. So
That's for sure.
I've seen some people with some big 15s, and I pulled up with some 10s, with the proper wiring and amp wattage, and was slapping on that shit. They like, what 15s you got? It ain't
Right.
15s, it's 10s. But I do prefer 15s. It just you gotta have them big bodies, because the 15s and the insulated boxes literally take up your whole trunk.
Right. Well, me, man, you know, I'm kind of lucky because I was the man that did everybody's beat in the hood. You feel me? So everybody used to come through, and I'd be the one that wire them up. So like I do all my own music. You feel me? And when it comes to the speakers and shit, like my game is pretty tight. And when you talk about the speakers, not all of them created equally. You're right. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right. And I don't, when it comes to my subs, I don't run like a Fosgate or a kicker or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't run those. You know what I'm saying? I run
Do
them
you use
ones
a
that.
capacitor?
What's that?
Do you use a capacitor to save the battery?
No. I'm more into like doubling up on the batteries and a high power alternator because your power really comes from the alternator.
So not only are you riding around with beat, you mean you hooking up people's beat too?
Yeah, I used to do that in the past, man. Like, some of the homies now they have little issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and work a little magic. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now, man, so I ain't really fucking around like that. But with my own shit, I do all my own shit. I do all my own wiring. The only thing I don't do is build the box, but I got dope box builders. You feel me? So I do all my shit.
So I see you drive a lot of old schools. Do you drive only old schools? Do you drive foreigns too, or what?
Oh man, they called the chat, man. They funny. Nah, man, I'm not really into foreigns. You feel me? They cool, but I'm not really into them. I'm more of an American car dude. But nah, I don't just drive old schools. Also, gotta go back to my name, Big Rig. You feel me? That name also comes, because I'm a big dude, and also I used to always drive like a suburban or something with dumbass beat in it, or you know what I mean. I was always in a big ass truck or something. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm into fucking newer shit too. You know what I'm saying? I had a Navigator. You know what I'm saying? I had a bourbon new ones. You know what I'm saying? All of them on rims. They got to have the whole treatment. So I'm not just into the old cars right now. I got like a Magnum. You feel me? I love my Magnum. So I don't just drive around in a old school. Nah, I don't do that. I like to also drive a lot, just on some regular shit. And old schools, they kind of kill your pocket a little bit on that gas.
Kinda. You must have read my mind, because that was gonna be my
Your
next
next question.
segue. Yeah, because gas prices. I had sold one of my old schools, not really just for the gas, but the gas was an incentive, because I'm barking up the block, 350, chirping around the corner, just not even trying. But once you in the old school, I like to cruise, like Ludacris say, 2 miles an hour, so everybody see me. That's how I like to cruise. You feel me? But every time you in the old school, or something even, just even slightly hot, people pull up on you, yoking, barking, trying to get you. And every now and then, you want to put the pedal to the metal. But my freeway mileage was 17, and I was getting 9 in the city. You know what I mean? And actually, I think I'm being generous with those numbers. It probably was 7 to 9 in the city, and 17 to maybe 20 on the freeway. You know what I mean? And I had a 55-gallon tank, so it takes over like $200 to fill up. You know what I mean? Like, what type of damage is your tank doing to your pockets?
Shit, man. With the way gas prices is right now, my tank ain't really that big. It's probably about a good 13 gallons, man. So I'm probably about a good like $80 or so, you know what I'm saying, to fill that thing up. But the gas is the gas mileage is the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I think Nova Rainey says, I'm about to invest in a fleet of bird scooters at this point. Now, some people, y'all need to use them 5-point toes, walk it out. Y'all need to carpool. Don't say you're going to catch Uber because they taxing more now because the gas prices went up. So use this time to maybe walk and get some extra steps in, maybe carpool, you know what I mean? Ride that bike, you know what I mean?
You
Because
tell
yeah,
them to turn into a hot stepper, huh?
exactly. This gas is ugly, man. It ain't for everybody. And I do get a lot of compliments in the vehicle. People be like, man, that's clean. And you know how it is in the bay. After that is followed by what it do. And if y'all don't ain't familiar with what it do, anybody that got a hot car, if somebody in the bay says what it do, that means can you swing that thing?
You better make something happen.
You better make something happen. And this is going to be the perfect segue because I asked y'all on another panel who has been in a sideshow, who has participated in a sideshow. And people was like, a sideshow? What is that? So let me show y'all exactly what a sideshow is and how we get down in the Bay Area. And not only in the Bay, not only do they put rims on anything and everything, we will swing anything and everything.
That's an everyday weekend out here, boy.
You see how thick it is.
Y'all hit that like, man. We all the way turned right now, man. Hit that like, man.
Sugar Bum, you absolutely right. It is very ghetto.
We're gonna get the conversation going and everything. Y'all hit the like, man. We just getting started.
Quantum, you right. They do be blocking the roads for this foolishness. They don't just block the roads, they block the freeways too. It's the Bay.
I need to turn y'all TV up, man.
Yeah, Oakland. We doing it in Frisco. We doing it in Richmond, Pittsburgh, San Jose. We'll pull up, turn out, burn out.
Show up and show out, man.
Sugar Bum, they don't just be hanging out windows. They be hanging out the rooftop. Man, I'm only gonna show y'all this one video, and then as we get our other shows going, I'll give y'all the full entree. But yeah, I mean, that's how we do it out there. They
Yeah, Quantum, they be acting a fool, man. They shut down bridges out here, man. People be hotter than fish grease, man, but they shut down the bridge and just be stupid shit. They just be out there, man. Police can't do nothing because, you be in the middle of the bridge. What the fuck they gonna do? You be waiting on your ass on the other end, though. Yeah, man. That's how they was
That's cold. Quantum had the key and y'all were holding her up so y'all can get some donuts. Shame on you. Hey, but you know what they say? Spin into your pop.
Y'all put y'all lighters up, man. Y'all know what it is. Get the hint. Hey.
That's what we do out there. The sideshow. Go dumb at the sideshow, huh? What are you smoking? So Big Rigs, I know you know about
Shout
the
out to
sideshow
Tracks a
from.
Million, man. That was my boy. He made that beat, man. May you rest in
Yeah, shout out
peace.
to Tracks. R.I.P. to Tracks. He died
Southside
way
San
too
Jose,
young.
man. That's what it is.
And Nova Rain or Nova Rainy, hopefully I ain't saying your name wrong. When you come out, we'll personally take you to a sideshow. But yeah, I mean it can get
I'm from San
now there
Jose too,
is some
Nova Rain.
there's some ugly parts of it too, right? And that's, it ain't all peaches and cream, right? It ain't all sandals. Some cats go out there and it's not able to really, like the people that I showed you actually had bars. There's some people out there that don't know what they doing, don't got no business swinging their car and end up, bapping their car, or end up hitting somebody and causing bodily harm or a fatality. We don't condone that. If you don't got handles, you know what they say. If you can't stand the heat, then get the out the kitchen. If you ain't got no bars, you got no business being at the sideshow. And what is bars? Bars is short for handlebars. Handlebars means that you got handles to where you can pull up on any corner, drift, spin your car, donuts, smoke it out, etc. It's for somebody that has a particular set of skills. That ain't all of you niggas, man. Some of y'all need to just be sticking to driving Miss Daisy. Lead a sideshow to the professionals.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Big Rig, did you ever go out there and whip your car, or was you just stunning in your car? Like what was your experiences with the sideshow?
With the sideshow, I let them do their thing, man. I'm not one to go out there and try to act a donkey and all that. Like, I'll get sideways out the lot. You feel me? I may turn like, a tight one, but the sideshow, they swinging and and all kind of shit, man. And sometimes two people come in there and they I call it the tango. You feel me? They just get to tango dancing, the motherfuckers. So like you said, man, you gotta have bars to do that, man. I'm not into fucking wrecking my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm into flipping that motherfucker, not wrecking it. So there'll be a lot of wrecks out there, bros. A lot of people get hurt too because people be, out there getting that footage, man. And like I said, them cars is going crazy, man. And you looking at your camera and shit and not realizing that this car is really up on you. You feel me? And you in the air like Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. No, there is an ugly and dangerous side to it. So Sugar Bum, if you was out there, you probably would be turning up. It really is fun. It really is lit. And it's it's a lot of unity out there. I mean, you go out there, you see all sorts of different cultures, but nobody is on no beef or set trip and stuff. It's crazy how dangerous things bring people together, right? It's crazy how depravity and debauchery could bring people together. But yeah, a lot of people go out. It's even some women. I'll show y'all some videos in our future streams, but it's some chicks that go out there with bars and it's just swinging it, busting donuts, figure eights left and right. But I will say it very is dangerous. Most of the people make it a lot more dangerous because they want to hang out the window with no seatbelt. They want to try to cling on to the hood of the car. They want to try to slap the car as it's going by. And I've seen some ugly stuff where people have got where they've crashed into like buildings, or where they've actually mowed people down accidentally. It's not really for everybody. So and then when the cops get you, yeah, they your car is good as gone if they seen you sideshow. But out here, another thing that we like to do, we like to take them on one. Like Keith Sneak said, high speed specialist, getaway artist. If you got something, you want to put it to the test. You know what I mean? If anybody got a bike out here, if you got anything under a 600, people don't stop for cops. At least the cats I know. Why I'm gonna stop for a cop? All I gotta do is bend a couple corners, and he's lost in the dust. You know what I mean? Now we're not advocating for any of this stuff. We just saying what goes on and what people glorify and praise in the culture that we've been a part of and a product of. But Big Rigs, I know you said you like to do the lowriders and stuff too, right? So you know how we presented a sideshow video. Have you been to any lowrider events recently?
Well, the shows that I be going to and stuff like that, the lowriders is there. So yeah, it's back in the days when I used to go, um, they were the actual lowrider magazine shows. You feel me? The real deal. You know what I'm saying? So that was like just straight lowriders. So you didn't really see too much of anything else. So now at the shows, everything is there. You know what I'm saying?
So did you do the one where they try to do the hydraulics and see which car could jump the highest? Have you ever
Yeah,
done
that
that?
was my thing. That's what that was my profession. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the hopping, man. I was hopping a lot on the streets, you know what I'm saying? I got a little name out there, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I used to battle everybody, you know what I'm saying? I started off, you know what I'm saying, just a regular setup, but I was always on go. So like I'd be at a light, you catch me hopping my shit. If I bend the light, you know what I'm saying, making a turn, I'm doing it on three wheels, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a fucking show every time I drove my shit. I was just on go, you know what I'm saying? I got a few tickets, you know what I'm saying, but it was just in me. I'm just into that shit. If I was in that side and all that type of shit, I probably would have lost a car too. Cause like if I'm into something and I fuck with it, like that's what I do, you know. So with the hopping thing, I just really got into that. You know what I'm saying? I was in the inches. I was in the to just, how high can this motherfucker go? And like when I used to drive, it's the craziest shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? When you drive and then you get to hopping, I used to hop on the freeway too, but you get to hopping and fucking, when you go up, bro, like you see nothing but sky, pimping. So when you come down, you don't know where you coming down at. You know what I'm saying? You just keep that thing straight. You feel me? So, but when I used to go to the shows, I was in the hopping, man. That was my thing, hopping. I built my
Yeah,
car to hop.
yeah, and to answer Miss Sugar Bum's question, recently I haven't really been out there participating per se. If I do go out there, I go to support, my people that's swinging, and either film or get footage. But yeah, I did. I had my time when I was out there stunting. It's kind of what we do.
Yeah, I was doing that shit in the '90s, man. I was doing
Yeah,
that
this
shit
this has been going on for this has been going on for decades. I'm just showing y'all
in the '80s,
the
bro.
new evolved footage. But yeah, people have been doing this for
It's
quite
been in
some
the
time.
culture for a long time, man.
Exactly. There's a lot of people, not as much, but there were a lot of car clubs, and people would just meet up, and believe it or not, as segregated as our country is, when they come together, nobody is on no beef stuff, set tripping in hoods. It's
None of that.
crazy. And I know, Big Rigs, you said you do with lowriders, right? Most lowriders they associated with, Latino, Hispanic, etc.
Right.
So I'm sure that you were collaborating or associating with plenty of people from that ethnic group. Could you speak to like how you were embraced? Like did they feel you were stepping on their toes with the lowriders, or did they
Not
were just like, hey, this
necessarily.
is my amigo?
Like my peoples that I dealt with that built the car. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they was a Mexican cool. It was love, but they were really the only ones I kind of associated with. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm just out there like in the streets, whatever, I'm solo. I'm a solo dude. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the shows or whatever, my boys would be there because they were, they was into the hoppy too. They got records. You know what I'm saying? They helped build me to get a record. You know what I'm saying? So like, um, that's what we was into. But no, I didn't. It is a like a Latino based type thing, and I don't really hella mingle. You know, I'm a solo person. I kind of just do me. You feel me? But I'm respectful in the way I carry myself, so people, tend to kind of fuck with me and chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of good wherever I kind of go. But no, I did not like really mingle. That's kind of they thing. I just always loved low riding. That was my thing with cars. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't do it anymore. I'm more into you know just looking clean and the wheels and shit. But yeah, it is a lot, Latino based. You feel me? And now like in it, it's different. You know what I'm saying? And I get it because when I used to low ride, we were kind of like outcast. You feel me? But now that I'm not
When
into
you
that,
say outcast, what was the reason for the outcast? Do you think it
well,
was
when it comes to the
because
car thing, you know what I'm saying?
okay,
Like people really didn't respect the low rider. You feel me? They didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't really respect it. Like people more were into, like if you got a hot rod or like a nice car, like what we do now in the bay, a nice old school on some gold or whatever. But the whole hydraulic thing and all that, a lot of people just weren't hella just feeling it. And the people that are into it, it's a strong community. Like they're really a strong community, man. Even to this day, low riding community is very strong. You know what I'm saying? And with other people that are in the cars and stuff, they just look at them different. But now their attitude is they kind of look at others hella different because like I guess for whatever reason, but they don't really appreciate you coming to their functions or anything like that if you ain't low rider. Some of them are cool, but you can feel the kind of the energy be off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even trip too much. Now, like I said, the shows and shit, all of the cars are there and everything, so it don't really be an issue. But if it's something that's kind of a lowrider based thing, and you just kind of pull up in your shit, they may kind of just give you the side eye or something. You know what I mean? Like you ain't supposed to really be up over here, bro. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny. Kind of like the Charger dudes, man. You know how you see these cats in these Hellcats, and I used to deal with them people. You know what I mean? They cool people, but I'm from the old school. I like old schools with 455s or LS swaps. I'm into that shit. So like people that get like the Hellcats and everything like that, you know what I mean? They already come out the factory just dumbass fast. You feel me? You don't got to put nothing into them. They just already rocking and rolling, and they kind of disrespect the people that have the old schools, and they got to build up that power. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the same thing. The people that got the Chargers and Hellcats, they look at people with like Chevelles and shit because they know pretty much they can beat them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
absolutely. And even though I did a round of it, let me just go back again to everyone that I could at least see in the chat. So once again, shout out the whole Knowledge and Relationships family, Miss Quantum Love. Shout out Sugar Bum, Miss Tequila, Nova Rainy, Where the Rabbit Hole Ends. And we got, looks like we got another person in here. Where is he at? Karan Weston. Shout out Karan Weston. Yeah, he said we ride old schools over here. So just like you said, Big Rigs, it is a bias towards the low riders. Once they see you, they automatically like, man, is this dude on some Vato Loco stuff? You know what I mean? So there's they discriminate against you due to the machinery because they don't think that it's hot or strong enough. Then they think that it's a racial bias too, right? Like, man, that's some old Mexican shit. Like, what? Like, why you even doing that? You know what I mean? Almost like a black dude playing hockey. Like, man, that's some white shit. You know what I mean? Like, is it really? You know what I mean? Like, um, so yeah, there is a bias towards the low riders for sure.
Yep.
But let me also ask you this though, because you said you've been putting together music in your car. You've been putting what about the paint though? Right? Like what about the paint and the other accessories outside of that? Because we covered the rims, we covered the beat. Do you care about the paint and the interior? Because sometimes we go all out. We like the leather guts, you know what I mean? We like the candy paint with the flakes or the changing colors of the paint. How do you feel about the accessories to your car? Do you just put everything into the engine, into the sound system?
Nah, that's half-assed, bro. So I'm into the paint. When I was low riding, I rolled candy. You know what I'm saying? I had candy on my shit. That was like my standard. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't really trip too much on candy, but I do have a nice paint, and I'm running a nice pearl on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pretty little thing. You know what I mean? So you gotta have the paint, bro. You gotta have, if you got a vinyl top or convertible top, you gotta have a fresh top. You gotta have your guts right. Your guts is your interior. You gotta have that done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you gonna do it, you can't really half step. I mean, you could, but if you
It's a
want a certain
process,
level,
though. You know what I mean? It ain't like you could just do it in a. I mean, if you got the pockets all like that, hey. But it's a process, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't a walk in the park, man.
no, it's definitely not a walk in the park. And people treat the cars like they babies. Some people love their car more than their kids, to keep it 100. And I mean, but yeah, so when you dealing with these cars and stuff, all this stuff we name it, it sounds like, oh yeah, they get the rims and they get the beat. This stuff is super pricey. Don't take my word for it. Look how much it costs to get just two 15s mounted. Then look up a powerful amp, right? Then we ain't even talking about the rims, especially if you want something like Forgiatos or something, or some Ruchis or something, right? And then the paint could some people spending 20 bands on paint. You know what I
Right.
mean? So the stuff that we talking about, you really got to be super committed to this stuff, and you
Yeah.
really need to be putting money into something that holds value. And
Hmm.
out here sometimes we do get a little bit ghetto with it. Sometimes cats will have rims that's more expensive than a car. Could you speak on that real quick, Big Rigs?
Yeah, man. That's like the people that wear fake jewelry because of the look. It's like people that just they front, and and the front is, well, I got some rims. You know what I'm saying? That's, like I said, it's a process. I'm not putting nobody down. Yes, you can ride like that until you're able to do whatever, but some people just do that and that's like it. You feel me? They have no drive for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, to me, that's just, I don't know, man. That's like fronting, man.
It's not like fronting, it is fronting. And shout out to Karan.
Yeah,
He said
it's
he
front.
got 28s on his Chevy. What kind of Chevy you got? You can't just say you got a Chevy. We need the make and model, Karan. And shout out to Sugar Bum again. She trying to get Knowledge to come over here and be her bodyguard. Knowledge, tell B-Eazy. And Sugar Bum, if you gonna say B-Eazy, put the Z instead of the S, please. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, Knowledge, tell B-Eazy,
Shout
stay
out
on
to
my neck
Marcus,
in
man.
other tracks. No, Sugar Bum, I'ma stay on your bum and I'ma stay on your neck in other chats. In this chat, I'm gonna keep it cordial.
Oh shit.
But yeah, shout out to Sugar Bum and shout out to Karan Weston. Marcus, I know Marcus just entered the chat. So shout out to Marcus, always coming through, showing love. And hit that like button. What are y'all waiting for? And don't just stop there. subscribe, hit that notification bell. And guess what? It's all free. Won't cost you a dime.
And all y'all in chat, man, if y'all got a question or got something to say or something, man, feel free to say it, man. You know, we here, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we here, we cooking.
We
We
talk
just
back.
wanted, yeah, we just wanted to have this segment to explicitly highlight, the Bay Area culture going forward. We will show other segments of the culture, and then we're gonna do a little bit of freestyle topics here coming up shortly. But we just wanted to get this out, give y'all a little piece of the culture, an introduction to B-Eazy, that dude, and Easily
Yeah.
Rigged, and it only goes up from here. It only goes up.
It's up and it's stuck, man.
And shout out to the Intellectual Soapbox. The Intellectual Soapbox is where you go to get your daily dose of intellect, right? That brother is over there cooking. So let's read the comment. Shout out to B-Eazy. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Big Riggs. Big Riggs. Knowledge and relationships. We in the building. The Intellectual Soapbox is in the building. Go ahead over there. Subscribe to the Intellectual Soapbox. Hit that notification bell there too, because we all we got, right? Don't be on no hating or none of that. All of us is putting out dope content, and we ain't doing it for us. We doing it for y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. So we respect that. Appreciate it. My first car was a Chevy Impala. It's at my grandma's house and it still runs and all. Sugar Bum, you trying to sell that thing? You can't just be dropping stuff like that talking about you had a Chevy
What
Impala.
year is it,
Well,
Sugar
yeah, there you
Bum?
go. Come on, Big Rigs. When you say Impala, we need to know the years. And and if I had to choose one, I'm going with that 96. I'm going with that 96 MP. But I do like all Impalas, especially the lowrider style that Big Rigs. But the 96 the Chevy Impala is
Them
fire.
bubble things. You like them bubble things.
Absolutely. Dual flows, you know what I mean? Big bodies, 350 and up.
Shout out to Quantum. She said she had a Chevy Chevette. That was her first. Okay. Them little joints. Chevy Chevette.
Yeah, you had a little baby box. Like if I seen you Quantum, I probably would have yoked on you and burn. See my focus in the traffic, burn rubber. You feel me? But
What's
it would
upper?
be all love, Quantum.
Sugar Bum, you said a 2004 or 5, huh? Nah.
Come on,
I'll
sugar bum.
pass. I'll pass.
Yeah. Strong pass. I have to hit the Heisman on that one. Stiff arm.
I'm about
Uh,
to throw that to the far side, man. I'm gonna
yeah,
pass
yeah.
that by, man.
Sorry, sugar bum. Go ahead and
Keep it
call
over there
call
at
up
the
cash
Grammys.
for clunkers. Cash for clunkers. You might get something for that.
Or you can go ahead and shoot that a
2004 or
car for
5
kids. You feel me? Cars for
Impala.
kids,
We
man.
don't like that. Miss Quantum says, nah, I drive hella fast. Golly, driving like a bat out of hell. Slow down.
Ticketmaster.
Slow down. No, you can't catch me.
Man. Hey y'all,
I
just so
wouldn't
y'all
mind
know, man, he's been
anything
reciting a
getaway
lot of Bay
driver.
music just in case y'all like, what is this shit? It's some Bay music, man. Shout out to Mac Dre. I think we need to go ahead, be easy, and really kind of fuck their minds up with this one, man, and tell them about ghostwriting, man.
You know what? I was slipping just because we was a little bit pressed for time. I did want to have a clip of that, but we'll do, I'll be good in with the visual and explaining of it.
Okay,
So
okay, for sure, for
ghost
sure.
riding the whip. Y'all like, what is ghost riding?
Yeah,
Ghost
I
riding
don't
the
think they're
whip
gonna
is
be
when
ready
you
for that,
hop
man.
out the whip and the car's
And
still going. Now I'm not
and
gonna
when he,
tell y'all how to do it on this stream. I
that's what I
can
was
give
just about
y'all
to
a
do.
tutorial.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly. I could give y'all a tutorial of how to ghost ride, but we don't want people that's not trained to do this out there
Not
attempting
at
this stuff.
all. A
I
lot of
would say
people got
don't try
hurt
this
back in
at
the
all.
days, fucking around doing that shit.
Hold on, Sugar Bum talking about she know what that is. Sugar Bum over here ghost riding the whip. Okay, Ghost Rider then Sugar.
Where you from, Sugar Bum?
Yeah, where you from, Sugar Bub? But yeah, so the ghost riding, I'm sure y'all do know what it is. If you don't know what it is when the car is driving itself. You know what I mean? We'll give y'all a tutorial maybe on the next stream, but you should be hopping out the car and the car's still rolling by itself. Now you gotta be careful. It could be dangerous
Whoa,
too
whoa,
because
whoa,
it's
whoa,
a
whoa. Hold on, hold
commercial.
on. Be easy. Be easy. I don't mean to interrupt you, bro. But this shit gotta stop. Sugar Bum. You said East Coast started ghost riding. The wipe.
First,
See,
first
just by you messing up and not saying whip, I already know. I mean, come on, man. I can't. This has got to
Sugar
stop.
bomb. Now you see why I be on your neck
This
because
has
you
got to
be
stop.
talking out the side of your neck. This is blasphemous. East Coast started ghost riding the wipe. Yeah, you're right. They started
What is
ghost riding the wipe,
what
and
is
we
going
started
on
ghost
here,
riding the
man?
whip. They was ghost riding wet
Y'all
wipes.
was ghost riding baby wipes because y'all did not start that. Man, hey, no disrespect, Sugar Bum, but how
No,
you
it
gonna
is.
say something like
It ain't
that
about the
though?
disrespect. We talking about what's factually accurate. Come on, Sugar Bug. Come on. Look, she keeps saying the East Coast. She won't even say where she truly from.
I
She
think she
sound like
said
she
something
from
like
Connecticut,
DC or
right?
something. I
She
think.
from Hartford. Sugar Bum is from Hartford, Connecticut. Y'all didn't start that in Hartford. Cut it out. Cut it out. Y'all stay copying us. Right.
Sugar Bum. I can't believe that. I think you just wanted us to like wait, put that on a
Even Miss
light or something,
Tequila is
man.
like sugar. Really?
Yeah, Mr.
Really?
Tequila, please, please. I mean,
Shout out to Quantum because she like
whew,
y'all too.
that's
No,
too much.
you should be saying this one, and the one we referring to as Sugar Bomb. We gonna have to call you Sugar Cap.
I don't know, Sugar Bum.
And shout out to DJ Eddie King. He up in here like that default. You got some fresh lining on the taper, you know what I mean?
DJ Eddie
Fresh
Kern.
looking good. Okay, DJ Eddie King. He ready for his close up, Mr. Demure. We definitely started that. This is an unequivocal fact. It's not even worth debating. Oh, you said DC? Oh, I didn't know you was from DC. Okay, you from the DMV?
Shout out to DJ Eddie Kang, man. I know you from out this way, man. I know you got to look at that chat and see what was written up in there, man. That's the wildest shit I ever seen in my life. Sugar Bum, I would really like if you would kind of like explain that though, like how you came to that. And actually, can you tell me what year y'all started that? I would love to know that. Truth is never favored. God dog, boy. God dog, man. What's up with you, man?
Was good with it. I don't know what that means, but hopefully you could elaborate on that. But yeah, Mr. Riggs, yeah. So we just gonna cook for just a little bit more, and then yeah, we'll just open it up, and it'll just be freestyle from there. I got a couple things to direct the conversation in a particular direction. But yeah, we just wanted to give y'all just a little bit of taste of the Bay Area culture. We'll be doing these segments going forward and just showing y'all different aspects, of the cars, art, dancing, music, etc. And
Man,
we
the
got people
dancing,
like,
man. There's a lot of touch. There's a lot to touch up on, man.
nah, it's a lot to touch upon. And then we got people like Sugar Bum in the chat saying that we stole all of the stuff that we touched upon. So Sugar Bum, did y'all
Oh,
start
man.
lowriders in DC too?
Hey, Sugar Bum, did y'all go dumb out there?
The
You know
Bay,
what 18
that's San
dummy is,
Francisco.
Sugar Bum?
So when people say the Bay, they only think about San Francisco, but it's broken down into. I don't think people realize how big the Bay is and how many cities is in the Bay. People will try to do their own biases and say, "Hey, this city ain't the Bay." Like, look, you wasn't the one who came up with the geography. The people who did, said this city was in the Bay. So, it will be a lot of fights over people saying this city ain't the Bay. And then you got other cities like Sacramento or Stockton that try to claim they is the Bay. And those are some reputable cities. I got a lot of folks in Sac, which is the capital, and Stockton. But that's not the Bay. And y'all know y'all not the Bay. So just cut it out. You know what I mean? But you got cities like Pittsburgh, Antioch, Concord, etc., which is the East Bay. Even Oakland is the East Bay and Richmond. Then you got the South Bay, you got the North Bay, which even goes as far as to Santa Rosa. People like
Right.
Santa Rosa ain't the Bay. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
it expands pretty far. So is different sections of the Bay. So when someone just says the Bay, we do gotta specify, where they from, because people just try to say that all willy nilly, and most of them ain't even really from the soil.
It's true. And that's right. He said soil, y'all. He said soil. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of words out here, man. We got a lot of words.
Yeah, Nova Rainy, like Stockton is wild right now. Stockton is always wild. It ain't wild right now. It was wild yesterday, and 10 years ago it was wild, and 20 years ago it was wild. So
Yeah, I lived out
Stockton.
there, man. It was really wild, man. A lot of that tool play, man.
Yeah, a lot of is out there. It's a lot of foolishness and buffoonery going around. So you can't be caught lacking. You shouldn't be caught lacking in any city, but
Right.
Stockton is definitely not the one because
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of stuff out there where you see it's not a lot of jobs and opportunities out there. Crime, poverty, depravity typically is a direct correlation to that. And let me see. Sugar Bum is over there saying, "No, we're not that ghetto." Hold on, you said you from DC. Have you heard of someone named Rayful Edmonds? You know what I mean? And that's just one person that was from there. It's a lot of big dope dealers out of DC. A lot of people out there killing and mindless gang violence in DC. I would call that ghetto, Sugar Bum, but different subject for a different day. See, Sugar Bum,
Oh
you
man,
got me
it's
on that.
crazy.
Now I just gotta increase the pressure on your neck to level 9,000. And Miss Tequila is right. The Bay is multiple cities, so people just say the Bay, and then they think it's San Francisco. Like San Francisco is the Bay, right? Yeah, it's a city in the Bay Area. Do your research. And then we got Miss Sophia in the building coming
Shout
through
out
and
to
giving us
Sophia,
just a
man.
splash of love. So shout out Miss Sophia. TJ Eddie King says right on the money. Yep, right on the money, just like that hairline. You looking crispy, bro. You channeling your
That's right,
inner
though.
Steve Harvey
Hey,
before you went
hey, he
bald.
knew it too, though. He seen it. He
DJ
was like in
Eddie
the mirror. He's
Harvey.
like, "Oh yeah, I gotta take a snap of this one.
Exactly. He over there killing it.
I'm gonna
I
kill
gotta
him with
change
this
my
one."
default now. He looking too crispy. Okay, I see you. I see you,
What you
DJ
looking
Eddie.
at, Eddie King, in that picture, bro?
That's what I'm like. Is that DJ Eddie King or model Eddie King? Okay, okay. I see you, Brody.
Salute to that brother, man.
Yo, be easy. I hopefully that's a good thing, Quantum. I know I'm up here cutting up, but
Hey, Quantum is, you know what?
thank you, Quantum. Quantum is a good woman. I appreciate her always showing up, showing out, showing support.
Yeah, she a good soul, good soul.
M3, you the man indeed. M3 is the man. I would have to concur with that. Solid dude.
Salute to M3, man.
All right, cool. Well, you know what? I think we good, man. If anybody wants to come up, right now we about to enter into the freestyle segment of the show. Now, you hear freestyle and think, dang, is he about to rap? I can rap, but I'm not rapping for free. I get paid for that. So I'm not gonna rap on here, but y'all could come up and we could rap. You know, we got some freestyle. I got a couple little topics to keep the conversation going, but yeah, anybody that wants to come up,
Glad you laughing.
let's do it. Quantum says, Riggs, don't start. You should have told him that about 55 minutes ago.
You know what I'm saying? Would you say it was level 9,000 already? Come on, man.
Yeah. And rising.
Yeah,
Freestyle.
man.
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
ready.
Quantum, we need you to. I'll freestyle if you come up here and sing, Quantum. Quantum look like you got
Mm.
vocals. Quantum got those vocals. And you know what? She says that she want to hear play some music as an intermission. We do have some intermissions, and I got some more intermissions coming up, but just shortly we gonna play the standard knowledge and relationship intermissions, and we got more coming from y'all. But Miss Sophia says nothing wrong with being ghetto when it's time to be. I enjoy the smoke, the drama, the intensity. If you got a slick ride, hold on. What if I don't got a slick ride? What if I got a bucket? So damn, okay, Sophia saying you gotta ride clean. If you ride clean, she don't mind if you being ghetto. But I agree, it is a time and a place to be ghetto. See, people say, oh, I hate these ghetto people, and I do agree. Some people do be obnoxious with it. It's almost like the toxicity, right? They say, oh, we don't want the toxic masculinity, but then when a dude run up on you, you know what I mean? That's when they girlfriend, they want their man to be toxic, right? They want some of that toxic nature to come out, and you got a two-piece, you know what I mean? You got a two-piece somebody. So, you know, people talk about the ghetto and the toxicity and how bad it is. But if somebody break into my house, would you want somebody being super innocent and sweet, or would you want that ghetto side of them to come out? Because somebody break in my house, I could be a point Dexter, but as soon as they break into my house, I'm turning into Pookie. Quantum says, sing, I get paid for that. Oh, okay, Quantum, I see you. Change your name from Quantum Love Metavision to Quantum Love the Singer or the Sanger. Which one you like, singer or sanger? It's hot girl summer. Play that hot girl shit. Sugar Bum is the same one who was talking about people being ghetto. Now she talking about twerking and busting it open for hot girl summer. Interesting. Hey, I ain't judging you, Sugar Bum. Shake that bum then. I gotta grab me some wine and catch a little flight. I don't want to miss nothing. Damn, okay. Catch flights, not feelings. What type of wine you look? If I'm looking at Quantum, I'ma say she looked like she a Chardonnay. Chardonnay love. That's what we gonna call her. Chardonnay love, metaphysician. Metaphysician. Singer and a writer. I like that. Yeah, you gotta be multitasking. Sugar Bomb says twerking is feminine. You know what? Twerking for your man is feminine. Twerking for a random stranger means that you are for the pavement. That means you are for the gravel. Not saying that you for the pavement, Sugar Bomb. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. You can make that own determination for yourself. But if you think twerking is so feminine, won't you come up here, get on cam, and show us some of your divine feminine? We would all appreciate that. Oh shit, we got Quantum too. I shake a little something. So Quantum don't only sing, she sang and she shake. Okay, I like that. I would love to see that. I'll drop a little change if you do something strange, Quantum. Drop that cash app, but not a second before you bust it open. Thank you. I do appreciate the compliment. And this is all freestyle. I'm here all week. And I just want to know, Quantum, are you getting loose off that Grey Goose? or off the wine? Because I ain't gonna lie, that wine got you looking mighty fine, I must say. But hold on, you know what? I heard Quantum say something about an intermission earlier, so yeah, this would be a well-timed one. All right, we're back. Hopefully that was enough time for y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you stay alert to all of the dope content that we got coming out. Shout out to the Knowledge and Relationship family, everyone in the chat. We're going to continue rocking. If any of y'all want to come up now, it's all good. This is the freestyle segment of the show. So be prepared for a whole lot of fuckery and jokes going on. Can't lie, you was getting on my nerves yesterday, B-Eazy, but tonight,
What the fuck?
no, see, Quantum was mad at me yesterday. Quantum and Sugar Bum, they was ganging up on me, right? Because I was having a difference of opinion, and the sisterhood, they united, they joined forces to try to attack me, but it's all good. I love these sisters, Quantum Love, Sugar Bum, the sisterhood twins, the sisterhood syndicate. How about that? Thank you. I can run downstairs real quick. Sounds like a salty bum to me. Yeah. Sounds about right, Nova. But hold on, just give me one moment. I'm gonna try to hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna try to bring up something, but everybody in the chat, just bear with us. But yeah, if y'all want to come up, just let us know.
Lighters up, y'all. If you get the hint.
I'm trying to pull up hold on, y'all, just one moment. I'm trying to pull up something. All right. You say hint God and Quantum. Which hint are you referring to?
She's talking about flights.
Get the likes up. Oh, she talking about you, Big Rigs. Man, it's not. You know what? This shit ain't working the way I wanted it to work.
You trying to pull something up?
Yeah, I was trying to pull up, but I can't find it on. Hold
Well, shit. Let me
on.
pull you up then, bro. Let me pull you up one time, bro.
Right here. Yeah, I need to. I need some lifting right now. Because they on my neck in the chat, especially Quantum.
So let's get a little bit of information about B-Eazy, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what's up with you, man? What area you up out of, man?
Uh, you know, in the words of the late great Mac Dre, the earth is my turf. You know what I mean? But I'm coming from Pittsburgh, California, no H, so don't confuse that with Pennsylvania. But as I said, the earth is my turf. So where I roam is my home. So I've been in Richmond, I lived in Oakland, I lived in Oak Park, I lived in some of the most notorious hoods in the Bay Area in California, and I lived in some suburbs. You know what I mean? So wherever you go, you got to be able to adapt to the situation and environment. But I'm originally from Pittsburgh, but I'm good wherever I go. I also lived in Fresno in the hot zone where it was a bunch of bulldogs and stuff. But I would be called like a chameleon because I could blend in any and every setting. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, too many people, they are just reserve themselves to one state, which is their home state. But you have to look at it on a macro scale, right? I'm from the Bay Area, but I'm also from California. So this is my whole state. I'm from California, but I'm also from America. So this is my country. And then I'm an earthling, so I'm also from planet Earth. You know what I mean? So where I roam is my home.
I could dig it, man. You said that you was do your rap thing and you also produce, man. How long you been doing that shit? And have you fucked with any groups? Have you put out any work around the Bay Area or with some people or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually worked with a lot of cats. I don't want to name drop too much, but RIP
No, you ain't got a name
Traxio,
drop.
Jay Stalin, RIP my bro, the Jacka, and just a lot of reputable figures that I did work with. And I don't think I truly because I wasn't getting paid. I was doing some other stuff, extracurricular activities that I was getting paid more for, and I kind of geared my mission towards that versus putting all my eggs in one basket for music and rapping, because when I was coming up and at the height of all of my stuff, I wasn't fully aware of the business aspects of the music game. So I was just happy to, be doing shows here and there, getting paid. But the amount that I was getting paid, I basically was getting, somebody was kind of violating me financially, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know all about the red tape and certain contractual obligations, etc. You know what I mean? So I took the time to learn the business myself, because no one else is going to teach it to you. What they want is most of these artists and producers dumbed down so that you are the workhorse. You put out all the music and the product, and they reap all the benefits because you don't own your masters. They may give you a car, or they may even put you in a house that's you don't own. And then when it comes time to your song goes multi platinum, you barely is even seeing any money off of that because you didn't know how to properly handle business. Now that's why you see so many mumble rappers and BS music, because it's not about the talent anymore. It's about your marketability. Talent is almost like probably fourth or fifth on the list. They see how much they can market you, if you have the look, if you're going to talk about some dysfunctional stuff, because they don't want you talking about anything positive. And let's keep it a buck, people don't even want to hear that shit positive. As much as people say, oh, the rap music is bad and it's the cause of all of this stuff, I don't hear people rushing out to buy Christian rap. Right? There's plenty of dope Christian rappers that won't drop a cuss word in their rap, but all of these devoted Christians, they don't want to hear it. The same Christians that's Bible thumping is the same ones listening to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. The same ones talking about real ass bitch don't give a fuck about a nigga is the same ones as Sunday service, right? So you know what I mean? It's a lot of it's a lot of moving parts when it comes into it, and you really got to have a team too, like a committed team that wants to progress, and a lot of people, they just want the notoriety of being a quote unquote rapper or an artist. You know what I mean? There are some benefits, accolades, and privileges that come with it. But just like most things, privileges, power, or whatever, people tend to abuse that or underappreciate it until they don't have it anymore.
Hmm. You said something else kind of interesting, dog. You said like how the Meg the Stallions kind of be rapping all that crazy shit, and then they be in the church. You know what I'm talking about? You
Yeah,
remember you saying that?
absolutely. Yeah.
What do you think about that though? Don't you think that's kind of wild to kind of be like hella off like that and on just some wild shit, and the next thing you know, you just in the church, like just everything good, and the next thing you know, you back kind of like on that wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think is wild is one word, but hypocritical and contradictory is another word. Because, like I said, these are the same ones who are supposedly looking for something and someone better, but then they gravitate towards something that could be perceived as negative and toxic. When Cardi B had that WAP song, they had a video of her daughter was in the room and the song came on. She ran over there and faster than your same boat to turn it off, because she knows that that music is not for her child, right? That music is for an adult, you know, a mature grown up to be listening to that. So when these chicks are over here listening to this music and being super contradictory, having their kids listening to this music and then wondering like, how did my kid just turn out like this? How is my kid so turned out or influenced by all of this stuff? Because they seen how influenced their parents were, right? And they kind of want to emulate their parents, at least in that regard. Or if you've already desensitized them to it, to where the music is no matter how vulgar it is, they get, I see. So basically I see a bunch of mainly women, not to say it's only women, but I see mainly women where they'll have their little girls singing a song. I'm talking about they rapping Mozzie, you know what I mean? They rapping you know fill in a drill rapper. They somehow know all of the words and stuff like that. And then the stuff that they saying is nothing that you want your kid to repeat. And you say you try to tell yourself excuses like, oh yeah, they gonna listen to it anyways. All right, yeah, maybe they'll hear it at school, but it's up to you to set a standard at home and say, hey, look, this is not cool. I know you're gonna hear the music, someplace else, but I need to have a level of discernment to let you know that this is not cool and this is not the path that you're gonna go down. Because too many people, they like to blame music and but they don't blame themselves for not raising their kids. If Cardi B is raising your kid, is that really, and she's raising your kid by not physically being in the house, just by making songs, is that really Cardi B's fault or is that your fault?
It's your fault.
And Big Rigs, you know the type of music that we come up on and listen to with your kids. Let me ask you this. with your kids, how do you balance that out? Like, do you tell them, hey, y'all better not listen to this? Do you let them listen to it and tell them, the pros and cons of this music, or do you just like let them listen to Kids Bop?
No, my son, he's with me like, you know, a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? When I do my car shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he listens to the same stuff I listen to, and I can be listening to like way some off shit. You know what I'm saying? But I do have an understanding. You know what I'm saying, with him, and I do communicate with him. You know what I'm saying? So he knows that it's just music. You know what I'm saying? I don't the music I listen to or whatever that may be a little off. I don't like try to act that way or be that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just music. So kind of like he kind of takes it in the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't be on like a hype with it or nothing. I'm pretty open with my son. You know what I'm saying? So no, he doesn't listen to Kid Bop. He probably listened to that stuff maybe, when he was 5 or 6, you know what I'm saying? But he's going on 12, you know what I'm saying? But in his mind, he's going on like 16, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I have an understanding with him, man. I talk with him, but it starts at home, bro. I can't put the blame on the music. I'd have to put the blame on myself. So if I see him getting a little out of hand or whichever way, whatever, I have to check that. You know what I'm saying? Because he can be out there, like when your kids leave the house, bro, you don't know what they're doing or how they act, right? So they can be around their friends, listening to music or whatever, watching shit, and they can take it a certain way, meaning how they friends may take it or act or whatever. Me, like I said, he listens to kind of what I listen to, so he knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he knows how to pretty much act. And something that just happened, like about, I want to say about maybe 9 days ago, right? Like I'm on my Instagram, and I got an Instagram for my son. I run it though, and because he used to take a lot of pictures and stuff for me for the car shit. And I made him a page, and he made himself a page. You know what I'm saying? He asked his mom. I guess his mom gave him the okay. It was like, yeah, you can go ahead and make one, whatever. He ended up following me. You know what I'm saying? And I followed him back. I had my son this weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to him. I said, hey, son, you follow your brother or sisters or anything? He was like, nah, not really, not yet. I was like, you follow your uncle? He's like, yeah, I follow him. I was like, you follow your mom or anything? He's like, nope. So that to me, you know what I mean? I was just like, wow, for him to have, that type of, you know, trust and respect in me. Cause like I said, I'm open with my son, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a dad though. You feel me? Like I'm stern on certain shit. I don't go for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising a man, but at the same time, I'm open with my son, man, and I talk with him. So for him to go ahead and follow me like that and be open to letting me see what he's doing or whatever, that was really dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of meant a lot. And I told him, I was like, man, I really appreciate that, son, because you didn't have to do that. Like, I didn't look for you. You probably would have popped up in my shit, but you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it starts at home, man. I drifted off a little bit, but it starts at home. You can't blame Cardi B for that shit, man.
Absolutely. So let me just get to the chat real quick. And it looks like we are joined by a very esteemed host. So salute to Daryl Long. Salute to everyone that's been continuously rocking with us. Salute to
Yeah.
Princess K, aka the Queen of all nerds. Shout out to Princess K.
Shout
Riggs,
out to
I
the
told
Brody.
you your
Shout out to
son
Princess
and
K.
I
Yeah.
are on genius status.
Mm.
What's that?
Quantum Love says, Riggs, I told you your son and I are on genius status. Damn, Quantum Love, what about me? Could I get a little bit of genius love too?
Word.
But shout out to Mr. Best in the world. And I'm going to just have you piggyback off of what Big Rig said. So let's just stick it right here, because with this music, I produce music, whether I'm writing the music, rapping, engineering, etc. Big Rigs is involved in music. Even if you're not, I know everybody on this panel
Mm-hmm.
and in the chat listens to explicit music, either
Oh hell yeah.
currently or they have in the past. And
Yeah.
most people have probably grew up on it. You know what I mean? And I'll even
Mm-hmm.
take LeBron James for example. Every time they show him listening to some music and he's working out in the gym, he's always listening to some music that would be considered quote unquote like some fuck shit, right? Or some trap shit or gangster rap, whatever category you want to label it. That didn't seem to hinder him on his road to success. So the question that I'm formulating is, how much responsibility should people take for their actions versus blaming the music? Like, how much is music to blame for people going out there, i.e., Chicago? Is it the drill music
Mm.
that's having people go and do drive-bys in Chicago? Is it YG that's making blood music that's having the Bloods kill each other? Like, how much importance do we put on uh, the responsibility of the artist versus the individual who's carrying out some criminal activity?
It's twofold, it's twofold, family. You know what I mean? Number one, let me give the proper introduction to, man. Let me give salutes to Big Rig Slaps and Be-Eazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They rocking every other Tuesday. Yeah, definitely check them out. You know what I mean? They really on their Bay Area shit, hard body. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And y'all definitely gonna respect the movement. You ain't gotta like it, but you're damn sure gonna respect it. Now, with that being said, I ain't playing with these niggas, man. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think it's twofold. Like, yes, the music does influence people. Like, listen to some Stevie Wonder or some Marvin Gaye or some Al Green. That shit gonna put you in a whole different light. It's gonna make you feel a whole different way, whole different vibe. But if you listen to that shit though, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You listen to that shit though, that shit is gonna have you on a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna make you feel different. It's gonna make you turn up different. It's gonna change the atmosphere. Everything changes. Anything that you put in your environment, anything that you introduce to your environment, it's gonna change the environment. Whether it's music, whether it's colors, whatever you put in your environment, it's gonna change it. Like, it don't matter what it is. It could be a cup of water. You put a cup of water in your environment, it changes your environment. Anything that you put in your environment changes off top. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, and it's gonna change your mood or whatever. But I will keep it G though. Like, yeah, man. Like, of course, it's on the artist to try to put things out there to be more positive. I think they should definitely do that because it will affect people in the right way. But also, you also got to be, I mean, unless you like a child who's just superly heavily influenced and you don't have nobody that's showing you what's really going on out here in the society and in the environment and in a different, excuse me, different neighborhoods or, or in the ghettos or whatever, they're not really showing you the ills of the music and they're not showing you the good and the bad of it, and you don't got nobody really guiding you into that, unless you're one of those, then yeah, you're just gonna continue to glorify it and not understand the message behind the music. You know what I'm saying? But if you really come from that ilk and you really come from that cloth and you really understand, and you really seen people who you love, you know what I mean, not here no more because of certain things, you know what I mean? And you see how it really affects your life and how it takes away from your life as a child or from your children directly or from your parents, and you really see how it affects them, it will completely change your outlook on everything. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they're not affected by it, man. They never had a parent that had priors. They never had to write their parents, you know what I mean? From the system because their parent is locked up. They never had to do nothing like that. They never been in the system. So if you ain't never been in it and your family ain't really influenced by it or directed by it, you don't know you don't know nothing about it. You're a bystander. You know what I mean? You really is just a stand. You know what I mean? You don't understand what this is really about. And you really shouldn't even be talking about it or commenting on it. You know what I mean? Because you don't even know what that culture is about. We live a different type of culture because we are directly impacted by it. We're directly affected by it. Either we've been institutionalized or we have people that's institutionalized that we are directly connected to. You know what I mean? So if you never had that, then it's definitely a difference. Man, I gotta give a shout out to my homie. He just jumped in. The most respectable man in the YouTube streets, most professional man. Shehel Speaks. What's going on, man? Hey, Big Red, hit that horn for me, bro, if you can. Hit that horn for me, bro, when you can, bro, please. He got me. You know what I mean? You on mute too, bro. You on mute.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, man. That's just loud motherfucker. I love it. shout out to Hell, man. Peace and love to him, man. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? Shout out to Marcus too. Marcus, I see you, baby. You know what I mean? We cooking right now. Now, lastly, I would say though, but when you do listen to that drill music or you listen to that crazy hip hop, that gangster rap, and you working out, oh man, it's incredible. It's great workout music. I will say that. It's phenomenal when it comes to the workouts. Everything else, you can leave it. So yeah.
Okay, that was a good answer. So, because I hear a lot of people that saying, there was even the mayor of New York that was saying, hey, we got to cut down on the drill rapping because that's the reason why these crimes are happening in the street, even though we know that this violence has been happening before gangsta rap or drill music was coined a thing. So, and also, it's a bunch of suburban white boys in Danville, Walnut Creek, Blackhawk, or whatever city y'all in, whatever state y'all in. Think of a predominantly white city. You think those white folks ain't out there ain't listening to rap or drill music?
One day when I come back out to because you know I'm in Silicon Valley, but one day when I'm riding through the East Bay, man, I gotta take y'all to this movie theater up in Danville, Blackhawk, man. This shit is crazy, man. It's one of the ones where you could hit the lounge chairs. They got beer up in there and all that. I gotta take y'all brothers there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I know I was driving in Blackhawk though one time. When my quote unquote drug dealer car. You know what I mean? It's funny though, 'cause every time, no, for real, every time I'm riding clean and I got big rims and beat, they say that my car looks like a drug dealer. Why does it have to be associated with drugs? Why can't I just be a car enthusiast? But yeah, I was in Blackhawk and the dude straight said, "What are you doing out here?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Did you not hear me?" And I was like, "Bro, this is an American city. Like, do I need a reason to be out here?" And you mind stepping out the car and everything from there. But I end up not getting
you got pulled over.
I got pulled over in Blackhawk. And yeah, and that's what he was saying. He was like, "Oh, they was asking about my rims and stuff." I was like, "Dude, like, why'd you pull me over?" But certain cars, me, Big Rigs, and other people make, old school big rims, candy paint. We think that, man, this is a dope, fly looking ride. You driving in certain cities is just like, a magnet for police. You know what I mean? They gonna pull you over because they are expecting the worst. They're expecting that you got your hammer on you. They're expecting that you got pounds, and they fingers is crossed that they can catch you. But when everything was legitimate, he just had to let me go. So yeah, they do racially profile you, right? We're not gonna act like they don't racially profile you. But a lot of you cats do be riding dirty, right? So if you gonna ride dirty, don't be speeding. Don't be doing all of this foolish stuff because
obey the laws.
Yeah, you want to say, "Oh, I got pulled over because the cop was racist." Maybe the cop was racist, but that ain't why you got pulled over. You feel me? Like, let's keep it a buck.
Obey the laws or get county jail draws.
And they not playing on that. Jail is big business. Big Rigs will tell you it's big business. And if you think that
super big,
you think that it's all kumbaya and can't we all just get along? And
Nope.
why do you gotta make everything about race? Go to jail and you gonna see. Go to jail. Marcus is cool. If me and Marcus is going to jail, we can't be clicking up with each other. You feel me? Yo homie Bradley or Declan or whatever white homie you got. Once you go to jail, that's out. Is that right, Big Rigs, or what?
That's absolutely right. That's a fact. That's a fact. Silicon Valley old bougie. Okay, okay.
Mr.
I
Bougie
see
in the
Quantum and
world.
she in the she in the chat really being chatty.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
spicy tonight,
Quantum
Quantum Love. You can always come up. You can always
shutting
come
it
up,
down.
sister. You can always come up. That link is pinned to the chat. You can always come up. Anybody come up. Anybody want to say something? Want to come up and share their views and perspectives? We are always open for whatever you need to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
better
man.
get with some Vice Lords or Latin Kings in the pen. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's a lot of racism, but it's big business too. So
We
they
don't
keep.
have that out here though.
What was
We don't
that?
have really no vice lords and Latin kings and shit.
We don't out here. We got Norteños and Serrenos.
Crips and Bloods and Terse.
Yeah, and the Crips and Bloods out here is suspect to say the least for me. But I mean, they do exist. But that's really that LA stuff. But it has seeped out here into other
Most
parts.
definitely.
But we out here in the Bay, we bang more hoods than
Most definitely.
flying colors. You know what I mean? Like it's more or less. Are you from East Oakland? I'm from the West. You know what I mean? The
Right.
same city, and we bang in different blocks. But it's not like, oh, he's a Crip. But if you go to Sac and Stockton, they are a bit more active with the gang banging out there, though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And Quantum says, "How you knew that was Vice Lords? B-Eazy? Like, come on, Quantum. Who you think I am? I
Yeah,
was
you
born
said
at night,
VL.
but not last night. I got folks in the shot in the direct. I
This
already
is
know what's
crazy
happening
right
out
now.
there. Yeah, there's a lot of VLs and shout out to Daryl Long. There's a lot of Vice Lords in Michigan and Pontiac too. B, I
Shout out
know
to
about the
Daryl.
Vice Lords, Latin Kings. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's still in the chat, but yeah, shout out to Sir Hell Speaks.
Yeah, shout out to Sir Hell, man.
I see the brother Truth had a question. Let me see it. Hold on, he had a question, bro. Let me see. He said, "Where he at, man? There it goes. Hold on, I got
Right there.
It's
There's
so
so
many
many
people
people.
that say they aren't influenced, but their behavior and demeanor says otherwise. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. That's really why I was asking y'all, because I think people know the impact and how influential music is. So I don't think anyone could deny the influence of music. But my thing is, how could you have an artist that doesn't physically live in your house have more influence over you than your own parent? That is baffling to me. I know, Big Riggs, you said you're over here with your son and he's 12 going on 16. So you have to you have to give you can't come with the little kitty gloves, right? You have to have a more mature approach when you
Right.
discuss sensitive matters. So we already know that these kids are going to be influenced. Why are we going to baby them? Why are we going to shield them from the truth and then give them a pass to say, hey, you can act whatever way you just because you've seen a video? I mean, where's
Well,
the personal responsibility from the parents and the child themselves?
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm on. But in the chat, I see that Quantum says something about the music being the influence. Let me see if I can find this. And I kind of I could dig that. You know what I'm saying? Music is charged with energy. I blame the producers, artists, media, and parents.
So
So she says she
everybody,
blames the producers and the artists as well as the parents. I get what she's saying about the producers and artists and kind of, the energy and the vibe and shit that they got going, as you know what I'm saying, they doing they shit and they're basically putting that out there, you know what I'm saying? I get that, but I still think at the same time it's got to be your fucking policing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're at
they'll be
home,
exposed to it either way,
yeah,
right? So it's like when you
they're
try to
gonna get
shield
it.
them from it, it's just like out here there's a bunch of private schools, and like the all boys schools, all girls schools, Catholic schools, etc. Right? You know, great girls that get good grades, but when they go to parties, you don't
They're the
recognize them.
worst.
Exactly, because you shielded them from everything. And mind you, these girls get good grades and everything, but as soon as they go to them parties, they turn into Cardi B. And it doesn't matter what
Fact.
nationality that they are. So it's like you need to be so people try to not expose their kids to certain things because they think that they're protecting them. But
And not just
when
the
you shelter,
girls and the boys though. You know what I mean? I'm not just talking about the girls or whatever. The boys kind of even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because
I would have to
they
agree. I just
you would
only
have to
brought up the
disagree.
girls because I know I was smashing some of them church girls. The
But that's what I'm
preacher's daughter
saying. The
be the
boys,
freaky.
their hormones. They trying to get everything. Uh-oh.
That's somebody got the dog.
Oh snap! We got some guests. Okay,
Uh-oh.
cool. Come on in.
Come
Hopefully
on
you
in, bro.
brought
Wipe your feet.
refreshments with
Wipe
you.
your. Oh shit.
Oh shit! It's
What's
Taco
up?
Tuesday. What you got for us?
What's up? How y'all doing, fam? What's up,
What's
Big Rig?
good?
What's up,
Shit. What's up with
B-Eazy?
Marcus,
Marcus,
man?
what up,
Marcus
baby?
was good with you,
How y'all
bro.
doing, Mr. Best? Chip.
Yeah.
So thank you for stopping by, Marcus. Let's just finish responding to Quantum's Quantum. I feel what you're saying. The thing is with the blame game or blame pie, it's always enough slices to go around. So we got to figure out who takes the biggest slice of the blame. Are we gonna say that the producer and the artist should take more blame than the parent?
I
Everyone,
think not.
exactly. Everyone
Oh
should
shit. Who?
be subjected to some blame, but I'd have to give a bit more to the
Whoa.
parent. And damn, who else is coming? Don't come
Wipe
empty-handed.
your
Open that door.
feet.
Man, he can come in. Look, he can come however he want to come in because he's the music producer for Nodule Relationship and Intellectual Soapbox. You know what I
Oh
mean? The music
man.
producer. DJ Eddie King. What up, baby?
Shit.
DJ Eddie
There we
What is
go.
going
King.
on?
Now
With
hold
the
on,
family,
Mr. Best.
man? What's going on? B-Eazy.
We can't be
Slash
letting
Marcus,
DJ
Mr.
Eddie
Best,
King come
man.
in without
How
no
y'all doing?
beats and out no flavor. We need his soul. You gonna let him come empty-handed and he the DJ?
God. Oh man.
How y'all
You can come
feeling,
in here
man?
with mud on your shoes and everything,
Man, I
man.
took my
Nah, we love DJ Eddie King. So I would love to hear him chime in on this too, and then actually I'll go to Marcus first. So
Selena's
Marcus,
smart.
I'm sure you listen to, or let me not assume. Do you listen to rap music or any music that has explicit lyrics?
I have from time to time. I still do it. A little guilty pleasure. I try not to, but it's a guilty pleasure.
Has it ever influenced you to go out there and maybe shoot at somebody, do a drive by, or engage in promiscuous activities?
Nah, not really. But if if the party's lit and I get crunk, that may happen. And before you know it, everybody in the club getting tips. But
Would that be more
Marcus, say
because
it
of the
ain't
music?
so.
Hold on, would that be more because of
Say
the
it ain't
music
so,
or because of the
Marcus.
drink?
so, hey, man, listen, I'm not perfect. I sin every day. I'm human, I'm mortal, but
So
hey,
you gonna come through like this?
no, not like that. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Allegedly,
Damn, bro.
That's a lot of shots.
but But you know, I do agree with Mr. Best that rap music is some of the best workout music. You know, because that's what I do my playlist. If it ain't rap or hip hop, it's rock. So those are usually the ones that I'm listening to when I'm working out. So you know, it's a guilty pleasure, bro. I try not to listen to it, but man, some of it's just good. The lyrics, you know, some of it. But I don't condone. I don't condone a lot of bad stuff because I don't act on doing the bad stuff in those lyrics. But you know, if a girl wants to, you know, back that thing up.
So if she backing that thing up, I mean, you kind of talk about that type of stuff in the songs, right? Like, okay, let's just say we in the club. Do you really want to be in the club twerking to Jesus walks with me?
Nah, I'm not doing that. Nah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because I know a lot of this music is seen as, you know, negative, and it's just like, oh, why are they making it? A lot of this music is situational. Like Mr. Best said, hey, it's great for working out. So if you go to bed, you may not be listening to I'ma kill that nigga or whoop that trick. You may not be listening to that when you go to bed, but now when you
Yeah.
bench pressing 300 pounds, that may be the one that gets you to push another rep. You know what I mean? So
Hey, that's right. That's right. You know, wipe me down.
because I'm on.
That's right, cause I'm on. Cause I'm on. Wipe
DJ
me
Eddie King, what you got? Because you over there, you making beats, you listening to music, you hearing all sorts of cussing, you hearing E40 calling everybody bitch, you hearing that left and right. Did any of that influence you to, you know, be a player in the streets, to be a Mac, to be a gangster because you heard this music?
Let me see. I'm gonna have to go with man, who I'm gonna have to go with, man. Yeah, definitely E40. He one of them. You know, and there was another dude, man. He a real life pimp. How can I forget? How can I forget his name?
Sugar Free
Sugar Free. There
or
we
Drew
go.
Down?
Sugar Free. Sugar Free. Sugar Free, man. That man right there definitely. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he gave me the player card when I was growing up listening to him, man. Uh, yeah, man. Definitely those two, man. Drew Down. Uh, I mean, I love this music. Don't get me wrong, but Sugar Free, man, is what I was looking at because when I seen him in person, he was really that guy. With the player card, he's really that dude. So I'm like, damn, man, I want to be like Sugar Free when it comes to
That's the
these
homie that had the
man.
finger waves in his head, right?
He got
He had
the Jerry curl.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
went through a
man.
couple phases.
Yeah, man. He was that guy, man. Definitely when I heard this song, definitely, yeah,
He could spit too, though. He could spit, yo.
yeah,
He got
Yeah,
bars.
Drew Down is
yes, he
dope.
do. Yes, he do. Yes, he is. Average,
Okay,
average.
so I think I got everybody's answer on that. So it sounds like most people are saying that music does have an influence, but it's ultimately not. It shouldn't be the blame for someone's behavior, right? People got
correct.
to take
Correct.
Music,
responsibility.
Right, right.
music for a fact has an influence, bro. Like I would never say that music does not have an influence. Like I would never say that. All I'm saying is you know I was kind of just putting myself in there. You know what I'm saying with my kid. Yeah, he hears the same shit I got. Uh-oh.
He opened the door for this dude, man. Blood and shorty. Let me bring in a homie. Family, man. Truth is never favored. What up, baby?
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Good, sure.
Was good.
What's good,
Shorty was
Truth?
So
good.
No, but like I was saying, I would definitely not say it does not influence though. For sure. That's a fact, man.
no, I think we all agree that it's influential. I mean, it's a bunch of stuff that's influential, but see, this is what happens. Too many people, they talk about the influence of music. So I don't. So if I say, "Hey, I'm gonna shoot you with the Draco," right? That's me saying it to a beat. But if you see a movie and someone is physically getting shot and blood splattered, are we saying that the music the audio version is more influential than a gory film.
Yo,
The audio version.
it takes me back to
Correct.
society.
Because I hear people
like
saying
that.
cancel music, cancel rappers, but I don't hear people saying cancel all these action movies where some dudes is getting their head blown off, head
And the
shot,
video games.
and the video games.
I would love to speak
GTA.
on this. So let's get this straight. Certain people learn different ways. Certain people are audio. Certain people are visual. So that's where you gotta put that in perspective. Depending on what type of person you are, determines the type of influence, the intake, and the way you learn, which causes you progressing in your growth. Some people they get close to the teacher's board because they want to feel close to the teacher. They want to actually hear what they're saying, so they're more audio than someone sitting all the way in the back of the class who can actually see. They see the chalkboard from the distance and everything, and they just get their work done. They don't need to be close to the teacher. They're more visual. So if you're a person with movies and your thing is a movie thing, then yeah, you're affected visually. If you're a person that's into music, you love it. It makes you jam, makes you bump your head. Like you see people seeing this, they could be driving. I'm driving in a car and I'm seeing a car right next to me. They're not even moving their head. Next thing I know, they turn on something. They moving their damn head. So it's definitely influence, and it definitely make you do some crazy stuff. People, certain females, you'll see them. They go to church.
Oh shit!
Got that dress on, and as soon as they get to the club, they doing shit. And you be like, hold up, didn't I just see you at church yesterday? And you was all sitting in the pew with your legs closed. Now you lifting up your skirt so I can see something now. So that's what's going on. So that's clearly that something is influencing and pushing them to do certain things. Versus they know consciously, hey, I can't do this in my office. I can't do this. I'm not even going to put on no music that's going to make me do certain things. So it definitely have a longing effect. But we got to be careful when we say, is this the sole reason? No, it's not the sole reason. It's the movie. It's the songs. It's the people you hang around with. It's everything that cocoon you into this thing, and then you come out like either a goddamn butterfly or you come out like an ugly ass moth. So it's one or the other.
Yeah, I say like Drew was saying, I think it's a mixture. It has to be a mixture of everything because it's a little too extreme to say, oh, it's just one thing or it's one another. I think like environment, people you hang out with, the influence, who you look up to, could be the wrong leader you look up to.
Yeah, but music definitely is a factor. It definitely is a factor.
I didn't say I did it. I'm just saying that it's
no, not you. I'm saying in general. Music is definitely a factor.
Correct.
So
correct.
if you take off, like, if we take the guns out of the movies and watching somebody blow their head off, Kill Bill and all that type of stuff, which I find it funny. I have what they call dark humor. I laugh at shit like that. I laugh when Jason knocked the nigga head off when he was on top of the bed. I laugh.
Horrible.
That doesn't influence me. Now, somebody that don't find that funny and they like, wow, damn.
You talking about he knocked out the black dude the black dude head off?
On top of the roof. Hey, he tried, yo. He tried, man.
He tried.
He was thugging him, but you know what happens? What happens? You know, the heavyweights they hit different. So his head down, his head rolled down the side of the energy. It fell into a trash can. I laughed.
He definitely made a mistake. Let Jason hit him. Like he shouldn't have did that.
One thing that I noticed is, and this is where I put in the what's the name? One thing, me being from the city, what we hated was a nigga that was living in a motherfucking 5 to 6 bedroom big ass house, and they didn't grow up no type of way, but they listened to the fucking music, and now they want to come down here and trap with us. No, keep your county up there because we're trying to get up there. That's a clear way showing that they want to come, and that has been proven that they want to come do this because of the music, because of the lifestyle that they heard, that they do. Now they try to obtain that type of behavior.
But the video will have to fit in, so you will have to see the video with the music. They have to see it. If they just playing the music, they just playing the music. But when they start seeing how rowdy these people is, they got their shirt off, you know. that's definitely gonna want to make them.
This is before
something.
music
They
videos.
got videos of so
This is
many
before
track.
music. This is before music videos. We talking about 80s and all that.
Oh, 80s. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about 80s. So before all the music videos, when it was just cassette players. Biggie Smalls and them, they this is all they talk about. They say, I listened to what I was hearing, and they even talk about it. Listen to them when they speak. They said it made me want to get out there and trap. It made me want to go do these things. They didn't see it. And then when they went outside on the corner, they're like, oh, so this is what's really going on. This is what's helped me get the pussy. This is what's helped me get the girls. This is what's helped me get fresh. So it starts one way, and then it transfers, and then you need the next thing. You need the visual. You need to be around the people. But it definitely is a factor that contributes to other things. It's not the leading cause. That's the difference.
The 80s, I don't think.
So it is a problem.
I don't think the 80s was
I agree.
much
I just
worse
want to ask you this,
than
Truth. Do
this
you
new
think
age.
that a rapper, artist, producer, film director could and should have more influence over your own household and how you're raising up your kids?
No, that's when I blame. Everybody heard me say this. And that's why, in my current life, I'm doing the best I can to, correct a lot of mistakes that I had made from the way I was, living when my children were younger compared to the last 10 years of my life. No, your parents is supposed to have majority of the influence over your life. Sad to say, we got a lot of television kids.
Hold on, brother. Truth. Hold on. I got a little family right now. Hold on. Say, I do want you to cook. I want you to continue, but I got a little family real quick. Man, shout out to the sister. You know what I mean? She's definitely not a relationship family. You know what I'm saying? This is her birthday week. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Let me let up. First Lady Tammy. Tammy, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Hey,
Hey,
Tammy.
Tammy.
What's happening?
Hey,
Happy birthday.
I was listening. I wasn't gonna actually get on only because I'm doing a lot of grading. There's like 4 days of school left, so and so I don't plan to be on very long. So let me just say that. So
Okay.
I mean, I thought the topic was interesting. So
All right, Miss Tammy, you can just get straight to it. Did you hear the questions that was being
Well,
posed?
let me finish up, and then she can go right here because I'm about to finish my tail, and then I'm good. I was just answering the part about the parents, and the parents. Yes, the radio, the TV, musicians, media, everybody else. They should not be raising your kids. But if you won't, they definitely will. And we can just look outside, and you can definitely hear how, because some of these people are raised by Kevin Samuels. They're being raised by him. I just got finished watching somebody. All they kept saying is, "This is what Kevin Samuels said. This is what Kevin Samuels said. This is what Kevin Samuels said." Oh, where did you get that data point from Kevin Samuels? Oh, who told you that? Kevin Samuels. So YouTube is raising people now. Have a good day.
It's on you, Miss Tammy.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, so I think one of the questions was as far as like music and its influence on people. And then I don't know what the question was in regards to parents.
The question was, should parent? I mean, as a parent, should you allow an artist, producer, movie director have more influence over your household than you as a parental unit?
Sorry. I laugh at those kind of questions because I know the kind of parent that I am. And I'm a teacher, so I see a lot. I see more than I need to be perfectly honest. So as far as music having, I mean, I definitely think music has an influence, but when it comes down to it, it's about you making your own choices. So you know what's right and what's wrong. So no matter what the music says, you know if something is right or if it's not okay. So I mean, when you make the choice to do something, to blame the music, it doesn't add up because you still had a choice to make in the end. You chose to do what you shouldn't have did. So I mean, music has an influence. Video games have influences. Movies, all those kind of things can influence you, but it is still down to your own choices. So you do have a choice to make in the end. Now, as far as parenting, I mean, you definitely shouldn't be letting anybody else raise your kids. Your music shouldn't have more influence. I'm sorry. I laugh at stuff like this. Thank you for the happy birthday, everybody that's saying that. Nothing should have more influence than you do as a parent. I mean, your kids should be more scared of you than of anybody else. They should be more scared of you than they are of the police. They should be more scared of you than they are of other teachers. Like, they should be scared of you. That's the gist. So the problem is there is a very big lack of accountability when it comes to parenting. I mean, I just had a student say something to me that I've never had a student say ever. And his parent, she acted like she was upset. When I called her, she acted like she was upset about what he said. And his response was like, well, I said no offense, but, you know, as if to say I said no offense, so that should be okay. And then the next day he came to school and said, oh, my mom wasn't mad at me. She still gave me this. She's still taking me here. And so there's a very big lack of accountability when it comes to parents. And I think that's the problem, is that they are allowing their kids to listen to, you know, whatever it is they want to listen to, watch whatever it is they want to watch. And there's no accountability. So I think, you know, you should definitely not be allowing anything to raise your child. I mean, if that's the case, what you become a parent for? But that's the problem, is that people become parents and they don't fully understand what it means to be a parent. You know, it's not an easy job. It's not meant for everybody. So yeah, so like I said, I laugh at these kind of things because, I mean, the stuff that I see, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. So yeah, definitely not allow anything to raise your child besides you. I mean, you should be the biggest influence in your child. You should be the biggest influence in their life. So, and if you're not, then that's a problem. So.
Thank you for that answer, Lady Tammy. I actually got a short little visual to play too. So if y'all could just hold up one moment. Hold on. But yeah, I agree with all of y'all answers. All right, hold up.
New album coming out,
raw footage,
and there's a YouTube video on it now.
Gangsta Rap made me do it.
Right.
You're looking at the Grand Wizard, Warlord, vocal cords so vicious. Yeah.
Which I saw. I probably get in a lot of trouble because I think by saying I thought it was very clever. Maybe I won't get in trouble. I thought it was very clever. And maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I'm sure people will be very upset by it. But are you saying in that, it seems like you're saying in that to me, the whole thing seems ironic. In other words, gangster rap made me do it, and then what you see throughout the whole thing is all sorts of violent acts that have nothing to do with gangster rap.
Exactly.
Did I get the point, at least somewhat?
Yeah, you got the point, exactly. I mean, you know, last year with Don Imus and the Virginia Tech shooting, and even Michael Vick with the dog fighting, it was this swirl in the media of, you know, gangster rap is the root of all evil, almost. So, you know, I start thinking how ironic that is. You know, gangster rap was basically invented in 1985, but if you was around in 1984, you know how crazy it was in the world. So, you know, how could gangster rap be the cause of all these global problems?
So yeah, I just wanted to play that clip right there. It's called Gangsta Rap Made Me Do It. And unfortunately, that's what people like to do. They like to scapegoat music and other external sources and don't want to take personal responsibility and accountability. Yes, we do acknowledge that music is an influence, video games, I mean, we can just go down the list of influences, but that doesn't absolve a parent of being more influential, at least they should be, than all of these outside external factors. And any of you guys could chime in on that.
Yeah, I wanted to what you just said, be easy, because check this out. How do the child get to listen to it? I'll tell you how my child first started listening to this type of music because they heard me listen to it while they in the car seat. So essentially, it's the parents' fault. See, when I get on here and speak, I speak from things of my past, problematic and habitual tendencies that I'm correcting, and I have been correcting ever since I realized what it means to be a man and a father. So I get on here and tell people, hey, please don't do what the hell I used to do. Just don't do it. Information Man was on one of the shows and he quoted, something that I really believe in, and it says a smart man learns from his own mistake, but a wise man learns from the mistake of others. So be wise. I was trying to be smart. I would suggest you be wise because I didn't have nobody telling me to do the right thing. I had everybody around me saying, this is how you're supposed to live. All you gotta do is take care of your child, your babies, pay your bills. I didn't know I was fucking my kids up because I didn't have nobody like me saying, bro, you putting that shit in them, and they're constantly listen to that. And then all of a sudden you see when they get older, they can talk now. And then they start saying the song with you, bopping their head right with you. So it's influence. They learning it. They taking it in. They consuming it. It's grooming them. Next thing you know, they're getting older. They my children's age now. And you hear how they speak, how they talking. And you like, the fuck? Like, hold up. Damn. I really fucked up. And now you're trying to clean all this shit up, trying to catch up and trying to change this because they about to actually hit the world. And now all this shit that they learned, and they about to hit the world with it, and they go out here, this world is going to chew them right the fuck up. And once they get older, it ain't shit you can do about that. Except sit back and say, I fucked this up. I did this. So yes, the way a child gets to watch these terrible shows, you have to allow them to. The way they get around people and you let them go stay the night over other people's houses and they listen to the music and stuff like that, they're taking all this shit in. You will listen to it in the radio while your child at 1 and 2 year old and they singing a song with you and everything, bopping their head, saying words you ain't even think they could say. You grooming them, and it's the parents' fault. Everything that a child has when they're old, when they're young, they cannot go and get that themselves. The parents has to bring it to them for them to engulf, for them to take in. That's why I believe in the proverb. Proverbs 22:6. Train a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they won't depart from it. So what are you training your child to be? What are they constantly ingesting? Are they reading books? Or are they just constantly sitting there in front of TV while you're on the phone talking to your homegirl? Which one? Your child in front of the video game? While you in the room sitting on your bed talking on the phone on Instagram and stuff like that. So everything is constantly training your child. If you ain't training them, there's plenty of technology out here training them, which is what society did. It knows the parents ain't doing shit. So we're going to raise your child for you. We're going to raise them this way, and we're going to raise them to be fuck-ups and fuck this world up. That's real talk.
Thank you for that answer. I know Miss Lady Tammy has to go pretty soon, so I would love to ask her a question. I know since you're a teacher,
Yeah.
and we acknowledge that all of these various elements are super influential. As you being a teacher and or parent, do you see one that's more influential? Because most people, the music is the go-to, but
Right.
we talk about the video games. There's there's sex in these video games now. There's still the same rap music in these video games, and then now with the movies, it's all sorts of obnoxious stuff on the movies. Do you think there's one specific medium that's more influential than the other? Like music is more influential versus the video games, movies, etc., based on your observation?
So I think that I don't think it's any of those. I think what it is their friends are the biggest, or even more of an influence than the video games, more of an influence than the music, more of an influence than any of those things. And I say that because of what I've seen, the interactions that these kids have. And you can say that, kids listening to certain music and watching certain movies is because of their parents. So then what happens? I mean, even if this child is not going to another child's house, they're interacting at school and after school, during school, before school. And so there's a lot of influence that comes from that. So, and like I said, it all boils down to accountability because there's such a lack of it. And it's just very mind blowing. I mean, yeah, the video games, they can have an influence. But I think that it's just who they're interacting with can have an even bigger influence than what the music is that they're listening to, what movies they're watching, what games they're playing. So, so that's, and like I said, I see that as far as a teacher, with the students that I've seen, as a parent, well, not necessarily my daughter. So, no, let me take that back. Even with my daughter, she was at school and I found out that she was saying some interesting words. She ended up, when her and I had a discussion about it, she got popped in the mouth because she knows better and she hasn't said anything since then. But even like the one day I heard her talking on the phone because my daughter has a phone, and I could hear the conversation, and the conversation was about trans and bisexual. And I asked her about it, and these are conversations that kids are having at school. And it's not necessarily because they heard it in music or because they saw it in a video game. This is conversations that they're having at school. So even if a child doesn't listen to that type of music, the fact that they're interacting with this other child may influence them to go listen to that type of music. May influence them to go watch that movie or play that video game. So I think that is something I feel like that people don't necessarily really pay attention to, because it is a big thing that, let's talk about the games that they're playing or the music they're listening to or the movies that they're watching. But let's look at the other part of it, that it's not necessarily that. Sometimes it is that the bigger influence is the kids that they're interacting with. So that's what I would say as far as what's the biggest, because, you could have the best child who's not going to spend nights at somebody's house and not listening to that music, not watching those movies. And then those other kids come and they're interacting because they're at school. They're spending more time at school than they are at home. And they're getting to find out about these things and learn about these things. So we have to take into account that who these kids are interacting with. Not necessarily because they went to the kids' home and they're seeing what they're doing at home. Because some of these kids ain't doing this stuff at home. They're doing it when they're not home. So now they're bringing that to these kids that didn't know anything about that. So, and then you have to look at that. They're very big on making friends, being friends, wanting to have these friendships. So the influence is even bigger in that aspect, because these kids will say and do and watch things because they don't want these kids to look at them a certain kind of way. They won't snitch on other kids that are doing stuff, because if you're a snitch and all these kind of other things, I mean, kids get in fights over these kind of things. And I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So, yeah.
And I just wanted to add something too. It seems when people blame music, they always go from the violent angle, right? Like drill rap. or gangster rap made me do it, but no one seems to be talking about how the
Can I?
R&B music
Can,
talks about a lot of sexual explicit promiscuity. So
Right,
is that music, making these young teens be
right.
more
I want that.
promiscuous because they listening to R&B stuff?
I wanted to jump
Right,
on
and
the
then
little. I
Yeah,
wanted
and
to
then
jump
fuck
on the
yeah.
little
and then
rapping
you have to
part.
look at you have to
Be
look at it
easy.
things like that. Let's say you have a child who's not even that's not even in their head. They haven't been watching no movies, not listening to anything like that. The parents don't allow it. They don't go to friends' houses. You got these kids coming to school talking about having sex, different positions, all these kind of different things. And then they want to be part of that group. They don't want to be looked at as somebody who's not going to be with the popular kids and all that kind of other stuff. So now they're influenced to try these things and do these things and listen to these things and watch these things, not because they watched it, not because they listened to it, but because these other kids came and influenced them to that point where now they want to do that. Now they have been interested in that.
So, be
Yeah, no,
easy.
you're absolutely right about that. I think we discount how powerful peer pressure is. I mean, we've
Right,
all been through it, right? Especially I'll just say like if you from the hood, if you don't do certain things that you shouldn't do, oh bro, you a sucker, man. You a
right,
square, you know what I mean? You ain't cutting class, you ain't smoking weed, oh you getting good grades, you a nerd. So
right,
as sick as that sounds, that will peer pressure somebody to cut school and
right.
get bad grades. Some girl, playing spin the bottle and is like, you haven't lost your virginity yet.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you want to be with the in crowd, some girl may, lose her virginity to some dude that she doesn't even like or probably don't even know his last name. Have you seen stuff like that, Tammy?
I mean, I've seen a lot of things like that. I mean, I've seen a lot of bullying and all kinds of other things. I mean, I've had a student in my class undermine me, and where I'll tell a student something, and another will say, "Tell her no. Tell her you ain't gonna do that." So, um, I mean, the student doesn't do it because I have a good relationship with the student who's being told to do something. I have a good relationship with him and with his mom. I got his mom on speed dial. So I'm looking at him and he knows not to say nothing. But the fact that you have this other child that knows he has the type of influence that he can say something to somebody and they're gonna do it, like there's so much power in that, and it's scary. It's scary, the power that some of these kids have, and they understand the power that they have. And it's scary because of the fact that you have it where people are blaming music and all these other things, and they're not even thinking about, let's look at the influences that these kids are having at school. The fact that you have it where, oh, I'm not going to snitch. I'm not going to snitch on so and so because, I know what they did, but I'm not going to say nothing. I mean, yeah, girls having sex because they want to impress this person. They want this boy to like them. They want to be part of the in crowd. It's very scary, the influences that these other kids have. That's why it's so important as a parent you to be involved in your kids' lives. And some parents don't. They do have this separated relationship with their kids. And when I mean that, you're at home and you don't talk to your kids about their day. You don't
There
talk
we
to your
go.
kids about their friends. You don't talk to the kids about how was school today? What did you learn today? Talk to me about your teachers. Like some of the parents don't even know any of the teachers. They don't know the teachers' names. They may know about what subject the kid is doing, but they don't know anything about what the teacher is doing. They don't know any of their kids' friends' names. They got their kids wanting to go to someone else's house or even go hang out after school. And these parents are not paying attention, and that's the sad part. And it's not every parent, of course, but there are some parents that are not. And then that's where you have it where when a school admin or a teacher tells you, oh, my kid would never do that. My kids don't do that. I don't know, that's not my child. When the scary part about it is your child. This is what your child is doing, and you're just completely unaware because you're not paying attention.
Yep.
So,
Thanks, Lady Tammy, for that insight. I definitely want to get Miss Queen in, and then I want to go back to Truth and whoever wanted to chime in after that.
I was trying to,
Oh, you
I
got
was trying
something,
to tell
DJ
you.
Eddie? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just want. I can't really necessarily say it's the music Because if you do listen to the music about trapping and about hoes, first of all, they was already doing this before the music. They already had hoes back in the day. Even when Christ was roaming the earth, they had hoes back in the day. They had pimps and they had trappers. It's like it's a different time. I can't compare this new era time and then back in the day era time. It's totally different. You just like you have old media and you have new media. They're not on the same team. But in this new age, new era, they're using old media to compare that with the news, with this rapper, and say, well, hey, listen, they try to connect it and put it together with videos and say, hey, well, this guy was the one out here doing this, that, and the third. So when people go back to listen to the song, now they want to see the video and, show him trapping and this and that and the third. So now they want to do it. Right? So now they want to do it. So I can't, all this stuff was already happening before the music. People already wanted to do this before the music.
Hey, DJ.
It's what I wanted to say. All this has been happening.
Hey, DJ. Where is that important, bro? Are you saying music period, or are you saying a specific type of music?
We talking about rapping, right?
No, see, that's why I'm saying. So I'm asking you. So when people hear this, they don't think you just talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, what time frame are we? Or what time frame were we talking about?
Well, I think B-Eazy. I think B-Eazy's talking about music in general, and then specifically he harbored on the when he just showed the video with Ice Cube. Ice Cube said this because this is what my point was. I'm talking about music in a whole, not just hip hop, not just gangster. A lot of the gangsters came back when the pimps were out making those songs and talking about Superfly and all that type of stuff. That's what started and went into this.
That's already started.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. There we go. Even though, man, cool. All music influence, correct. Everything.
It's not the music. Leads up to something. It's the mentality of people. Like if anybody talking about where kids get this where do they get sex and different positions and all this stuff from? Well, first and foremost, they have parents in the house, and parents when they do their thing, kids are listening.
But Tammy just said it.
And then
you hear what Tammy said?
No, I heard what she said.
She said it could be a parent in the house, they ain't doing those type of things, and they get it from other children. So then it's weird.
I heard all that. I'm just saying. So where the kids that are influencing other kids, it's like where do they get it from? They just like you said earlier. You said blame the parents, right?
Correct.
It's the parents. So, it's the parents. Like the smoking weed, all that is from the parents. I can't really blame the music though.
Okay, but that's the thing. I don't think nobody said blame, which means it's all music.
No, I see somebody in the chat with a few people saying that.
They said the actual word blame, or they said influence.
Blame.
Not influence. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see.
Go up right there.
I mean, I'll say this real quickly. I'm gonna be real brief with mine. I'm gonna be real brief.
Say something.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real brief. Hold on. The only thing I'm gonna say is this, right? Like, here's the thing, and in truth, I'm using as an example, bro. I know for you don't play with your kids. You already say it. You know what I mean? Like you are on their neck. But some of these parents, they want to be their kids' friends. You know what I'm saying? They want to be their friends. They want to be so buddy-buddy with them.
That's the problem.
Then that's the problem. You got to be on your kid's ass.
Right.
Okay? My mom was on that. She wasn't trying to be my friend. She wasn't trying to be nice. None of that. There were times where I hated my mom because she was so hard on me, but she had to be. You know what I mean? Because I would have been out there wilding. You got to be on these kids' neck, man. You can't be nice to them.
But it's
you can't be their friend. You can't be a buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? You can have good moments when you show them love or whatever. But you got to be on their head, boy.
It's a lot harder now, Mr. Best. You know what these kids are doing now.
That's
what the laws.
I said at the end of the day, it's the parents. It's the parents.
A lot of
hold on. Let Queen get in, y'all. Let Queen get in. Yeah. Let's bring it in.
I don't really know much about what you guys are talking about. I'm just tuning in, but I will say that it's not so much as music influences people. It's about what you allow to influence you. I listen to all kind of crazy stuff, but I wasn't out there doing that shit. I was not interested in doing it. When the crowd wanted to go over here and do something crazy, I said, F y'all. My parents will find out. I'm taking my behind home. I ain't going with y'all. I ain't doing no drugs. I ain't sniffing no lines. I ain't getting drunk with you because y'all idiots. So I went home. It's not about the crowd peer pressure. It's about what you instill into that child so they can withstand that peer pressure. That's what it is. I had peer pressure too. Everybody was talking about doing stuff, turning up, going this, going that. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, I like my sanity. I don't like being, I will never be in a state of altered where I'm not cognitive of what's going on around me. Oh hell no. I don't trust you that much, and I don't trust where we going that much. I'm gonna be aware of where I'm at. I'm gonna be aware of what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be aware of who's here. So peer pressure, yes, we all face it. But at the end of the day, these kids today, they're doing way more stuff than we've ever done because they have the internet, because they can go viral. It's so much stuff going on. These little kids are not kids anymore. In one area, one school, there was these bracelets. Nobody knew what these bracelets was about. It's a middle school. How old are middle schoolers? Anybody? I don't really know. What's the age of middle school? Elementary.
14.
Okay, so there was a middle school where these little girls were walking around with these bracelets on because they were doing all kind of sexual acts off the campus. Elementary school, same thing. Where the hell are they getting this stuff from? The internet. Making fake profiles. Saying they 21 and they really 12. Because they're developed and they look like they may be some dude down the street. I wish I would have. I wish I would have.
Right.
My niece, hold on. My niece, my sister told her, don't do something. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was a Facebook page. I can't remember what it was. And she went ahead and she snuck and she did it. And my sister snatched her up and put the holy fear of the Lord into her and told her, you are stupid. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. And if I ever say don't do something and you do it again, you're gonna have a problem. Never had a problem with her after that.
Right.
You gotta stay ahead of your kids. You can't play with them. My parents didn't need no damn trackers on my phone or anything else, or no codes or no blockers.
Queen, hold on, because I want to get to Eddie's question. He had a question for you.
No,
I want to get to Marcus. I just want to say this, Eddie, real quick before we say what to your question, bro. Listen, the problem is this, y'all. The problem is the parents. These parents be too busy trying to turn up and trying to still be in the spotlight. Exactly. Look, your day is over, nigga. You had your kid. Go raise your kid. All right, your day is over. You know what I mean?
Turn up.
They've been thoughting and plotting, the men and the women both, the mother and the father both. Yeah, they've been thoughting and plotting, and now you done have these kids. Now you still want to be out here. No, go raise your kids. Go be an example. And stop being on the F stuff. Go ahead, Eddie, and then Marcus. Go ahead after.
I was going to ask Queen, is it a different time in this era than where you grew up from in your era? Is it a different time?
Hell yeah!
Right.
I mean, look at these little kids. You got these little girls on Instagram doing makeup tutorials, doing the duck lips with booty shorts on and bra tops. You got little kids doing this. You don't think there's predators out there? There was this one thing where I guess it was an Alexa or one of those, I think it was an Alexa in the house or whatever, cameras. And somebody said on the camera, what you watching? And she was like, Daddy? And little Caucasian girl, and he was like, oh, I like that show too. what's your name? And she was like, huh? And then the father came in and he was like, what the hell? Who's that? Like somebody had cracked the system or broke into their site or whatever, their security cameras, and was talking to the child. So if he broke into the cameras, if there was a camera in that child's room, guess what? He's videotaping her going to sleep, taking showers. It's not a joke anymore. People got to be careful. These parents are off the damn hook. I remember being in a park in the area out here somewhere, and it was hot. And I don't think these parents were from this country. I think they were from European or something. They letting their little kids, little boys and girls, running around naked. And I went over to the parent. I was like, you know, I don't know where you're from, but there are people out here who prey on children. There are kids who get kidnapped every day. Please put some clothes on your children. Please keep them in your area. What the hell is wrong with these parents? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't, and then they want to cry. Oh, little Johnny wasn't like that. Yeah, then you break open little Johnny's computer, and then you see little Johnny's or little Susie been having a profile talking about they sexting with somebody, and now they're meeting somebody in the train station. Come on. These kids are off the hook. These kids are not kids anymore. Everybody's trying to grow up too damn fast because everybody want a damn viral moment. That viral moment may cost you your damn life. Is it really worth it?
Hold on, Queen.
Go ahead.
Queen, hold on. Because we gotta move on to Marcus. I just want to say this.
Yeah, we'll go after Marcus.
So yeah, it's gonna be Marcus Truth, then B-Eazy. You gotta let us know where you want to go after that. You and Big Red let us know what you want to do after that. So I'm gonna just say this real quick. The thing is, yeah, Quantum Love, yes, we all did stuff that our parents didn't know. But you know what? When I did that stuff my parents didn't know, you know what I mean? They got in my ass, and I ain't do it again. Okay, and that's the problem.
That was different back then.
Yeah. Go ahead, Marcus.
No, I agree with everybody's saying. It's a solid point because y'all are people here on the panel are parents, and I can only speak from my perspective and what I saw growing up. So, growing up, I knew that for me that if I did something wrong, it was like the wrath of God was on my ass. And if I knew I crossed my parents, they looked at me. Sometimes it wasn't even the fact they were going to beat me. It was the fact, the fear of that they most likely will. And, they took away my stuff. I couldn't go out. When I wanted a party, I asked them permission. I didn't just go, 90% of the time, without 5-10% if I did. And then they found out, I never did it again. And then a lot of times I hear parents say, I want you to trust me. You can come to me. You can do whatever I need you to come to me for whatever. But then sometimes these kids can also be great manipulators. They can always use that as a tool as a parent, because parents, they love their kids. They love their kids. They want the best for their kids.
Yeah. But
they also want to protect them, which is all granted. And even me, I remember I caught myself doing that before, like the whole, doing the puppy dog eyes when I was a little kid. And I stopped doing that when I got older. Then it was my little sister, and she was the baby. She was the princess. So, you just got to make sure, just because you say those words, just make sure that those, your kids are not going to try to, pull one up on you, because, anything a parent, like a parent's worst fear is hearing the news that Queen was saying, or something happened to them at a party, or something happened and they got snatched up, or, the worst and the worst. So, I want kids to understand that too, because your parents are there for the best for you, because they, a lot of the parents that I know, they love their kids. They want the best for the kids, but stop pretending to be their friend. Stop trying to be their best friend. They got their friends at school. You're their mom. You're their dad. You do what they say, and that's it. You live under their roof, their rules.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to Brother Truth, then after that, Tammy, and then we're going to let Big Riggs chime in.
All right, so I'm going to make sure I get this all out here. So that way back with me, and that way it'll be free from. All right, so people know on every show I say this all the time. I'm trying to be the best dad I can be. So whenever my kids screw up, the first person I blame is myself. So I'm not absolving no parents. I don't listen to parents when they say, well, you know what? I did this, I did that, and, my child is just rebellious. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. That's the first thing. Second thing is, it's nothing new under the sun. The reason why us as parents know what our children do, because we did this shit already. We did it. I remember telling my mother, I'm going to hang over my man's house, which used to be my day one. But guess what? He had a twin sister that was my girlfriend, and that's what I was doing. I was cracking when I ain't had no business doing at the age of 12. That's what's happening. That's what's happening now. The problem is, where everybody's saying stuff is a lot more, it's not happening at a lot more rate. It's just exposed. It's a difference between exposure and what we didn't. We have everything has a camera, a lens, a microphone, a microscope behind it. So now everything is heightened because you can see it. And when you see something replayed over and over again, even if it is the same video, consciously in your mind you're going to say this is something different. It's just like reading a book over and over again, then you learn something new that came out of it. Constant exposure causes things to be illuminated in a different reality. You think it's something different, but it's not. Just like where you see more of these gay people, alphabet people, and people that's participating in other extracurricular activities, you think that they just came out of nowhere. They always been around. It's just now they're being a lot more outspoken, and they have a camera now to say, hey, look at me. I'm going to give you my attention. So what's happening with these kids is they're not getting attention from their parents. So guess what they do? It's gram time. I'm going to put myself on the gram. I'm going to expose myself. And these are the things, this is why I constantly come on here and say, we as parents got to do better. Like I said, I already told you, all the stuff that I did, I'm correcting it. And it's hard as hell trying to correct somebody when they have built up habits, when they have watched you be a certain type of way, and then now you're totally different. And you're doing certain things. And even though you wasn't what people deem a horrible person, now that your ideals and everything has completely changed and you're actually looking at things, even the minute things were still wrong. People that did the minute things, they don't think it's wrong. Just like I didn't know how bad it was until my mind changed. That's why it's called renewing your mind. So us as parents, we got to renew our mind constantly. We got to adjust because these children are a lot smarter, a lot more craftier. They highly smart. The education system is causing them to get smarter. So then they come into you and try to give you lip because they actually know things. They actually take your points and throw it right back at you. But that's why we gotta stop being so, argumentative and also going back and forth and just say, what did I say? Simple as that. That's what I say. Okay, what did I say? Did I say anything wrong? All right, cool. You're punished. You did something wrong. You're punished. Simple as that. It's nothing to talk about. But then you have moms, what they do is they think explaining is going to help the child, which all it does is create a situation where now they are talking back now. They are explaining what's going on instead of being quiet and saying, you know what, Mom, you're right. These are the things that I have to constantly convey with my children's mind. Stop going back and forth. Stop giving leeway. You're putting them on your level. They are a child. They are supposed to do what you say as long as you ain't telling them to go out here and do something crazy or wrong. If you ask them to do something right, they should do it. So once again, Gangsta Rap, 85. That's when it came out. Before that, we had Superfly, the Pimps, all this type of stuff. I'm going to show you how old music is. Lucifer created it. It's been around since the beginning. So music is the most influential thing that human beings have. That's why it was actually designed, because it actually is a spirit itself. That's why it causes us to do certain things. So it's very influential. But is it the sole blame? No. We have other factors that also, cultivate us and groom us. which is other people's influence, peer pressure, so on and so forth. And just like Queen said, as far as the peer pressure, and like I know everybody's not like me, so I'm not speaking for everybody. Some people did go with peer pressure and stuff like that. I didn't. I was always an outsider. Y'all know that. Y'all know that just from being experienced with me. Who do I ride with? Myself. And I've been like that ever since I can remember. That's how I move. If somebody did something, I didn't move to their drum. I did stuff because I wanted to do it, and somebody would follow me. Simple as that. So I didn't never succumb to peer pressure, but that wasn't. I'm not saying anybody else that succumbed to peer pressure, that's their fault or whatever. That's stuff you gotta go through, and kids are going through that. Kids are self-deleting themselves because of peer pressure stuff. So it is a real thing. It is a real thing. I just think that us as parents, we got to be more involved, even more now than ever, because our kids are in danger. That's something that I'm starting to realize. People been asking me where I've been at. I've been in daddy mode, bro. That's what I've been at. That's what's been going on. See, I don't play about my kids, man. I love them too much. I love them too much. So everything that Quantum was saying in the chat, she's spot on. And that's all I gotta say. You guys have a great evening. Show was dope.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I just wanted to give you a little pushback, Truth, and say that it's not that these things haven't been around, but when you look at what technology has done to the socialization of kids, meaning that you don't see many kids at the park anymore. You don't see kids riding their bikes as much, not just because of the 19, but because of technology. Kids are in the phone. Kids are trying to be on the gram, and kids are trying to be viral at very young age.
TikTok.
Hold on. You got kids who can't even talk, who know how to grab a cell phone, get on something, and watch a video. Kids who can't even walk, babies. So what I'm saying is that this time is way worse than anything, because these kids have access, which means the predators have access to the kids 24/7. That's the problem. And when parents don't step in and say, no, you're 6. What the hell you need a phone for? What the hell you need a tablet for? You get on the computer like I did in front of me, and I'm putting all kind of child locks on it. But these parents, like 84 said, wants to be their friends. Me and my mom were best friends, but guess what? I knew not to cross her. There's a difference. You can be best friends with your kids, but there's also that level of respect that's embedded in them as a little child. And when you don't do that,
well, let me say this before I get out of here. Let me say what
and then you got Then you got these women who have these little girls, and they make them mini-me's.
Yeah, so let me say this before I get out of here. Let me say this.
That's right. That's right.
Let me say this before I get out of here. What did I say in the beginning? This is why we gotta listen. Who I said the blame was? Who I've been saying blame was they were parents. So what you're saying is mute. The thing is, it's nothing different going on. The parents are way worse now. That's the difference. Our generation of fuck ups. That's the difference. We the ones that want to be close to our children and live vicariously, especially mothers living vicariously through their daughters. That's what's happening.
And the fathers are not around.
That's what's happening.
But look, y'all have to understand.
That's what's going on. Hold on, DJ.
My bad.
I can rock out after that. So there's nothing new going on.
Yeah, it is.
That's because you have a technology. That doesn't mean the behavior. You just couldn't see what was going on when I was screwing a girl because we ain't have a what's now, but I was still screwing her. You couldn't see it. But if I put it on a camera, you can see it. That's nothing new. It's just you can see. I didn't just start having sex now. It's not a child. Okay, so my son had sex at 12 years old. I have sex at 12 years old. What's the difference? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to help with logic.
Did your son was able to upload videos of himself on
See,
YouTube and be viral.
See,
That's what I'm talking about. The technology. I'm talking about
okay, you're not talking
technology.
about the problem. You worried about technology instead of a child shouldn't be.
But
fucking
it's
at all.
also, but it was
And the system.
okay. So wait. Hold
And the
on.
system's messed up too.
Hold on. So with technology comes the problems that bring technology. So when you're not socializing outside,
Who
kids,
fault is
playing
that they're not socializing? My kids have all these type of things.
I said
my kids have all these type of things, and I still make their ass get out.
Hold on.
It's technology. It's definitely the problem. Technology.
Hold on. Truth. Hold on, bro. Hold on. The truth. I don't know why you leaving, man. I don't know where you going, man. Where you going?
Technology is definitely the problem.
Listen, if you blame it, listen.
Hold on a second, Truth. Hold on. You and Queen are both saying the same thing. I want you to finish your point. But
no, that's what I try to tell her. But then she said, that's what that's what I said in the beginning. I said parents. She said parents. So we said the same thing in that. But one thing I don't do is I don't place things on an object. Our computer is right here. If I don't turn the motherfucker on, it's not going to do a damn thing. True. If I don't allow my child to touch it, it's not going to do things. See, I keep things real simple and logical. If I don't place a cell phone in my child's hand, if I don't, he can't use it. If he don't see my talkative ass sitting on the bed talking, he don't know what the fuck that is. He don't know what that is. These children are learning, so they see you. Hey, that's what's got all your attention over there. You're not even looking at me, seeing I'm over here smiling, shaking my toy in the air to show you, hey, I'm doing this, I'm putting this together. You over there talking. Oh, so that means a lot more. Okay, so when I get one of them, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be on.
I get truth. I get what you're saying. You saying it's what they're exposed to is exposure.
Attitude, respect, leadership, and examples is the most important thing. We forgot that our example of what we do matters way more than words. I have it. That's why I'm correcting my behaviors. I've done a lot more things than a lot of people that my contemporaries that I have to talk to my mans and them and say, man, certain things you ain't supposed to be letting your children do at all. Not even a little bit. And that's the problem. It's always the parents' fault. It's never the children.
But didn't the laws have changed with the parents? Didn't the laws change with the parents in this new age? Didn't they change?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you, DJ.
Having the laws changed with the parents in this new age.
What you mean?
What happens if you beat your kid? Is what I'm saying.
It means that we don't really have a lot of power as parents to just.
Oh, well, see,
exactly.
This is
why they know that. A lot of these kids know that. That's why they.
Well, look, I got my ass whipped by my mother. Listen, I got my ass whipped by my mother. I got my ass whipped by my mother.
Can I say something?
I'm talking about it could be folks who got money, and then you got this dude that their kid going to the neighborhood that he want to be part of the game, this and the third. His parents is rich and wealthy, a lot of times they did the best they could. It's actually the kid's decision of what they doing.
So can I
it's
say
a
something?
kid's decision.
It's not really something.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on.
Like that, so I can't say.
Hold on, gentlemen. This is the last thing, 84, and then I'm gone for real. You said it's a kid's decision.
The kids decided to do stuff like that when the parents has done all they can. They can't do nothing to the kid. What can they do? Back in the day, the mailman used to whoop these kids' ass. Back in the day, the parents used to do this. But now in this day and age, you can't do it. You get locked up.
So can I say something?
Yeah, let's get Lady Tammy up
That's
in
why
here.
I said these kids are very, very smart. They know that.
Peace out, Truth.
So this is what I will say. So one thing I will say is, as a parent, you can do the best job possible, but there is always a possibility that even with you doing the best job, your child will still make a different choice. Mm-hmm. That's just the reality of it. You could do the best job, be the best parent you could possibly be, instill rules, discipline, all these kind of other things.
Right.
But the reality is that your child may still make a different choice. And I had this conversation with a parent.
Right.
And she was just breaking down in tears, like just faulting herself. And I said, if you've been the best parent you could possibly be, you have instilled rules, accountability, all these different things, and your child still did something different, Well, your child chose to do something different, even when they had what they needed. And as a parent, your job is to guide your child and make sure your child has what they need so that when they go out there and those choices come upon, they can make the right choice. But once again, there's still a possibility that they may make a different choice, no matter what kind of parent you are. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to anything, there's nothing wrong with anything you do until you do it in excess or instead of. So if we talk about kids and technology, there's nothing wrong with a child having technology, but when that technology is done in excess, instead of things like going outside, doing all kinds of other things, then it becomes a problem. And when you have it where a child has access to technology and things are not monitored, because there are ways to monitor what your kids watch, what they listen to, there's all those different things. But when you're choosing not to do that, you let your child have free reign, then yeah, there's things that are going to influence your child in other ways. And then I will say that as much as you as a parent may love your child, some parents do not love their children enough to have conversations that need to be had. And I say that because you have some parents that do not talk to their kids about sex. They don't have conversations with their kids about sex, about why it's important to wait, about why it's important to get to know somebody, why it's important not to have sex, about the reason why you shouldn't, even about going to somebody's house. Some parents, it's just, I said you can't go and that's it and that's all. And because of the trauma.
Yeah, but that needs to happen though, Tammy.
Huh? What'd you say?
That needs to happen. Sometimes they don't need to say nothing more than once. Sometimes the new parents, they talk too much, man.
And Tammy, do they have, what kind of computers they have at your school?
So, okay, let me use me for example. So
I'm not talking to a child more than once.
So here's the thing. So the reason I say this,
I respect that, Mr. Best.
Because the reason I say this is because you not having any type of conversation, you leave room for questions. And if they're not going to ask you the questions, they're going to find the questions and answers somewhere else. So I know it's, I'm not going to talk to a child more than once. I'm not going to say this, and that's great. But know that in that your child is going to find those answers and get those questions answered somewhere else rather than getting them answered from you. So yeah. And the thing about it is, a lot of times there's a reason why you don't want your kids to go to someone else's house. There's a reason why, and it's more than just I don't want you over there. And even the conversation of I don't know who's going to be over there, all that kind of stuff. Some parents don't even have that conversation. It's just, this is what I said and that's it. So there are some conversations that need to be had because you don't want your child, you want your child to understand certain things, understand why that's not okay.
Yeah.
And so for me, like with my daughter at her age, yes, I'm going to have conversations with her about things because I need her to understand this is why I said this. This is the reason why. Some parents, they don't want their kids to go to other people's houses because they've been molested at one point. And they've had to endure that. And they don't want their kids to go over someone's house for that reason. So the thing is that when you say to your child, well, you're not going to do this. And your kids don't know why. And yeah, they're going to, if you're that kind of parent, they're going to listen to you. But then it's going to leave room for questions. So I think that there's nothing wrong with being a friend to your parent. The problem is when you become more of a friend than a parent. There's nothing wrong with getting along with your kids, joking around with your kids, but you have to understand, and your kids have to understand that there's a line that you don't cross. As much as I might joke with you and play around, I'm still your parent. So the problem is that you have parents nowadays that have allowed their kids to cross that line, and they can't go back. They can't go back. So.
Right.
And I think that sometimes you
have I don't speak to adults more than once or twice. I'm not speaking to no damn kid once or twice. When I say something once, I mean that shit. You don't need to question nothing. You know what you need to go question? You need to go answer some damn questions in them textbooks. Yeah. That's what you need to do. Focus on them goddamn books. Okay, that's what you need to do.
So if you had a child, so here's my question. If you had a child and you told your child you're not having sex, that's the beginning and the end of the conversation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just say it like this. You are not preparing your child
I ain't gotta prepare you. Like Denzel Washington said in that movie. When the boy asked Denzel Washington, did he like him?
Hold on. So this is the thing is that so the reason why I say that is because I never got a conversation at all with my mother at all. The extent of the sex talk was, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna help you have an abortion. That was the extent of the sex talk. There was not a conversation about why I shouldn't be having sex. There wasn't a conversation about about STDs. There was no conversation about anything. So that when I chose to lose my virginity, it wasn't because I was informed and knew that and felt like that was the right choice. That wasn't why I made that choice. So that's the thing, is that you're not allowing you're not giving your child the information they need in order to make the right informed choice.
I don't gotta give you your situation is different, but me, I don't gotta give you no situation. Like Denzel Washington said in the movie Fences, and the boy asked, he said, "Why you don't like me?" He said, "Do I feed you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You got a roof over your head? Do I put your clothes on you?" Don't worry if I don't like you. Don't worry about if I don't give you information. I wasn't worried about how my grandfather gave me information. I know he worked hard, he busted his ass, and he pushed me through life. And whatever else I needed, you know what I mean? He helped me out when he could. And that's it.
And
you know what I mean? At the end of the day, these parents nowadays do too much talking and too much understanding and too much whatever. If you say something once to a child, that's it. You ain't got to explain shit. You know what I mean? I got to do enough explaining with these bills and everything else. I'm not explaining shit to you. All right? I'm going to tell you one time. Hold on. I'm going to tell you one time what to do.
I'm going to do it.
And if you don't do it, I'm on your ass.
So I'm going to do that explanation, because that way, if you decide to do something else, now I can get in your ass, because you had the information you needed, all the information you needed, and you still chose to do something else. So now I can get in your ass, because you damn well knew better, because you had everything you needed to make the right choice, and you still chose to do something else.
But then a lot of times, y'all.
The right information was me telling you not to do it.
You have to think that a lot of kids, they will do things, even though they may have that fear of their parents, they gonna do it anyway, because they that's all they had was, oh, my dad or my mom told me not to. Well, I'm gonna go figure out why. And the parents don't find out, because they don't tell, because the parents are not always gonna know. And the reality is that there are some kids there's some things that your parents are not gonna know about. As much as the parent may say, oh, I'm gonna know everything.
No, my mama knew everything.
Things that every parent doesn't know. That's just a fact. There's some things
mama knew everything.
Every parent doesn't know. So the thing about it is that they're gonna go they're gonna go do those things.
Yeah.
Even if you say you're not gonna do that.
No, you're gonna do it anyway.
Because that's the thing. They're going to figure out the reason why on their own.
Right. I was just about to say something similar to that. That's just like if you tell someone not to
after DJ Eddie King, Big Rigs, go ahead and chime in.
If you say,
well, hold on.
If you say don't touch this computer, that's going to draw their attention a lot more. Now they gonna want to. Now they're curious. Now they gonna want to touch it. You know, they might. Hey, kids are sneaky and kids are hard headed. They will wait till you fall asleep and turn on that computer.
And every time I turned it on, I got my ass whooped because my mama always found out.
Right.
Big Rigs, go ahead and rap.
Okay, Marcus, go ahead and do his thing. I'll go after Marcus.
It's a new time, is what I'm trying to say, man. Back then, we didn't allow to do nothing. We was getting our ass whooped, not even just by our parents, by the ice cream man and the mailman and all those people back in the day.
Ice cream man?
It was cool back then for them, but now these kids are smarter. They know the law better than you. They know the law better than you, and they will tell you, like, if you hit me, I'm gonna call the police because you can't do that. They know the law. They're not dumb.
I'm like, try to get to the phone before this belt gets to your ass.
Where they get the information from, right? They get it from the internet.
I would say try to get to that phone before this belt gets to your ass. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's why we said earlier about technology. I agree 100%. I agree. It's definitely technology.
I'll say this.
In this new era, I'm not talking about back in the day. Thank you. Go ahead.
What you got, Marcus?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I agree 1,000% with what Mr. Best is. It should be that way, but then again, being realistic as well. I'm not trying to give too much. Like, I mean, I'm also understanding First Lady Tammy's point of view. because it is true. Us kids, we will get curious, or us kids, we will, when we were younger, right? We want to be like, hey, for the most part, man, we just want to hang out with our friends, especially if it's the weekend. We want to go to a house party. And if I was allowed to go to a house party on the weekend, I'd ask them permission. They tell me, all right, if you want to go out, you got to come back at a certain time. If I came late after that said exact time, I don't care if it was 5, 10, 15 minutes after, you know, I'm either locking the door, or you better hope I don't wake my ass up to go downstairs to get the door for you, because my foot's gonna be up in your ass. So that's what my dad would tell me. My dad would tell me that shit. So what I did was I only partied up till I could, which was like sometimes 1, maybe 12:30. Shit, the party's barely getting good at that moment, but I gotta leave. Maybe the latest was like 1:30, but even then, it's like, you know, I'm in high school. I can't really be doing that kind of stuff as much. And if my parents did let me go, they wouldn't let me go repeatedly each weekend. They go like 1 or 2 weekends out of the month, if at most. So, you know, but I will say this too, like the whole like internet and the social media and the technology is true. Like, the TikTok in America is way different compared to TikTok in Asia. Way different, more conservative,
I understand. Yep.
more educational, more on purpose, more on principles and culture. Now, the right here in TikTok or whatever that Instagram stuff is, it's usually over the age or underage people doing some stuff that maybe, you know, it's scandalous, inappropriate to what we consider for, you know, a parent to see their kid doing certain things they shouldn't be doing on the gram or the TikTok. And then, you know, some kids will be doing some dumb shit that get them hurt, end up in the hospital. So, you know, it's stuff like that, you know, it ends up being a slippery slope. So, but I agree with Mr. Best. Like, one time, at the most, the second time, if you keep asking me why, I'm gonna make sure you don't ask why later.
Right.
Word, I'm on that ass, boy.
All right, Big Rich, what you got?
Now you gotta fear them while they in the womb. You gotta fear them.
Let me hear the question again, B-Eazy.
Well, you know what? We kind of just went a little bit off the rails, but like, if you want a specific question, I'll do this one since Princess K brought this up.
Well,
So
what was they talking about though? What was they commenting on?
We went from
they were just
the music to kids.
Yeah, they were still continuously commenting about tying the music, the parenting, etc. But we can still stay on that and go a slightly different direction.
Go ahead, we'll go a different direction.
Okay,
so I think I already kind of spoke on that anyways.
Yeah, so she says you got to understand in some places corporal punishment is seen as enough to get CPS notified. Worst case, you get charges placed against you. So I want to start with Big Riggs, and then the rest of y'all could chime in. After that, Tammy and Queen, I would love to hear them. So corporal punishment. Do you do that with your kids, Big Riggs? You know, like spankings, whoopings with the belt, etc. And if you do, why do you believe that punishment is more effective than alternate methods of punishment?
Well, first, I can't, I won't judge what somebody else do. I can only speak on what I do. So, me, myself, no. I run my household hands off. I kind of be pretty good with my vocals, man. I be on a helmet like an angry coach, you know what I'm saying? So I don't do the hands-on thing. If I gotta, you know, kind of like move you or kind of, you know, I don't want to say pin you up against the wall, but if I gotta kind of like really let you know I'm strong in what I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let that be known. But as in like a spanking or hits or anything like that, nah, man. Like I said, I'm a pretty big dude, and like I don't want to end up, you know, out of anger or whatever, you know, disciplining my child or something and go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Not like I'm gonna go crazy, but maybe I put a little bit too much force into something, you know what I mean? So I just automatically in my mind, man, went into my whole parenting with just the hands off. And, you know, I got stepkids too, and that's how I ran it with them. They was older, but hands off, man, period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just me, man. That's my route, and that's the way I kind of go with it. And it
Thanks,
works
Big
for
Ed.
me.
I
And
appreciate
you know
that
what
answer.
Who's
crazy? You know
next? Is
what,
DJ Eddie King?
you know what crazy? The crazy thing about the kids, like a lot of these kids won't listen to their parents, but they'll listen to somebody else's parents, or listen to somebody else that they close with. That's crazy.
That's true what you're saying, DJ Eddie King, but
Yep.
you know, I'm real strong on the kind of relationships. Even like I said, before I even had my son, you know, I had you know, his brothers and sisters around me,
Yeah.
and we always had a really good relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And not that I knew everything. Of course, I didn't know everything, but you know, it was really good. You know what I'm saying? And I just think as long as you can have a good foundation with your kids, man, it's gonna trump a lot of things, man, that may come in their life outside of being home.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Real quick, what I will say is, so I have with my daughter in the past, not many times. It's really been when I say it's been a few, it really has been a few times.
Allegedly.
She,
Allegedly.
Hypothetical.
so yeah, there you go. So and there was and yeah, I guess I'm a parent that likes to talk, because there was a discussion about why you got that and what should you have done differently, and whatever the reason was why that happened, that never happened again. I do believe that there's other forms of discipline, I will say, that can be effective depending on your child. And there is a difference between discipline and punishment. I feel like punishment is more of an emotional kind of thing. Discipline is a whole nother thing. So I think that when it comes to parenting, disciplining your child and punishing is a little bit more on the extreme side. So I mean, because I dealt with being punished. I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but the type of punishment that I got, I would not do as a parent. But like I said, you know that, yeah, in the past, like I said, it wasn't consistent. It wasn't all the time. It was the last resort, and it wasn't something that happened too often. Because like I said, there's other alternatives that I've been able to use with my daughter that are very effective. But you know, all kids are different, so that's not going to work for every child.
Right.
So yeah. So I think as a parent, you know your kids, you know what works for your child. And if you're not a parent, I know that somebody who's not a parent will say, you know, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. The reality is that you really don't know what you will do until you have kids. And that's just in general with anything. It's easy to say, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, until you're actually put in that situation. And then it could be a different story. So, so yeah.
Well, would you like me to go, or Mr. Best, or Queen?
Let's get DJ Eddie King in on that one.
I thought he already went.
I went already, yeah.
Okay. You was kind of low, my bad. I didn't hear you. Yeah,
My
Marcus
bad.
or Mr. Best, go for it.
So the question is, if I believe in corporal punishment, or will I do it to my kids?
Correct.
Okay, well, in the words of the late Leonidas,
This is Sparta!
Yeah!
I do believe in sorry, allegedly and hypothetically, I do, because I was there. But you know, I do believe in that. I think it's important to have, because it's even like Bill Burr said, just the idea of it coming is the fear of and respect of. You don't really have to even do it a lot of the times, but you know, when you cross that line and you give him that look, like John Wick or The Equalizer and Denzel, you give him that look. I'm like the Baba Yaga, you know, I'm the boogeyman sometimes if I have to be. But you know, by my grace. Thank you.
You know what, Marcus, I gotta say I will agree with you, because like with my daughter, if I would give her a choice between getting that and getting something else, she would always choose to get the weapon rather than the other thing.
Right? That blows my mind.
So it's like that thing is like, yeah, she'd rather choose that than to get. Yeah, it's crazy.
First Lady Tammy, I'll be like little Nicky doing that little evil, evil little face. But that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm keeping it brief. Look, you know, I heard Princess K say, you know, it's illegal to do this in to teach your kids in California. You know.
She corrected it and said only corporal punishment is legal, but cruel corporal punishment is illegal. Correct. So like excessive corporal punishment is illegal.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. I don't care if it's California. I don't care if it's Calification. I don't care if it's North Carolina. I don't care none of that. I don't care about what state. You in my house. Right? In my house. You know what I mean? If I tell you something more than once, I'm on your ass. Okay, if you a child. If I tell you more than once, no respect. If I say it more than once, I'm on your ass. I don't care about none of these rules or laws or none of that. I don't care none of that. I'm lawless. I don't care about none of that. All right.
Look, he didn't even say house. He said, "In my house."
In my house. In my house. You know what I mean? What I say go, and that's it. All right? That's all. Y'all. See, the reason why y'all parents be so stressed out and oh my gosh, my kid, because y'all think too much. I'm not thinking. There's no thinking to this. I said it once and that's it. Now after that, I'm gonna go take me a nap or go chill out or go eat me a sandwich or something because I gotta pay all these bills because I gotta feed you, you little bastard. All right. So because I gotta feed you and the rest of the other ones around you, I gotta get some time to rest and chill out. Y'all don't understand. Like I'm not as an adult. I'm not talking adults that much. Being an adult is stressful enough. You got all these bills. You got your parents, and they on your head, and you got to take care of this one and that one. Then you add kids to that. That's even more. I'm not talking, bro. I'm saying things once. When I tell you to go do your homework, I meant go do your homework. I don't meant go watch TV. I don't meant go tie your shoes. I didn't go tell you to chew no damn gum. I didn't tell you to scrub the tub. I said go do your homework. All right. And in my house, when I say go do the homework, go take your bastard ass and go do the homework. All right. Before I get on your ass. So and that's it. And that's all.
Just to understand, it's your way or else it'll be.
Yeah. All out war on that ass. I'm on you.
Granted, I got you. Just got you.
Cool. So it seems like y'all all in agreement. Well, let me throw a little caveat in there. Okay. So is the corporal punishment, we know that it's different situations that might call for it, but is the corporal punishment the best form of a disciplinary action that you could take?
I don't know if it's the best, but at times it's necessary. I mean, I don't want to beat you, but if I have to, shit, well, it's what it is.
Perfect.
Did you ask if it was the best?
Correct. Do you believe that corporal punishment is the best form of discipline to enact?
I feel like I don't think it should be your only alternative. Because
what are some other alternatives, Tammy?
I mean, there's other alternatives. I mean, things. I mean, you know, certain privileges can be taken away, and depending on what the privilege is, it can be very effective. There's things that can be implemented. I mean, there's all different things you can do, and I'm speaking as a parent. So that's the thing, is that I'm speaking as a parent. Some people are not parents, so they speak on what they would like to happen when they become a parent. I'm speaking as a parent. So there are other alternatives that can be effective, but like I said, it depends on your child. Not all children are going to respond the same way.
Look, I don't care if I'm not a parent, they parent, all parents of all nations. So, you know what I mean? Father of all nations. I already said, if you get out of line in my house, I'm on your ass.
So like I said,
and I mean what I say.
So for example,
I'm not joking. I'm on a adult's ass in my house. I'll be on the kid's ass real quick. Ain't nothing to me.
So for example, something as simple as your room's not clean. If you ask me to go do A, B, C, or D, if I ask you if your room is clean, your answer is no, then my answer is no. Something as simple as that. Like I said, but with my daughter, you know, she's she has more fear of me than she does of teachers and anybody else. So she's going to listen to what I say. So I don't have to, that's the things that I don't have to do those extreme things all the time in order for her to correct herself. And I feel like you shouldn't have to do those extreme things all the time in order for your child to want to correct themselves. So, I mean, you can, so that's the thing is that you can have it where, you know, every now and then, yeah, you got to put the smack down. But if it's every single time you have to put the smack down,
Gotcha.
I don't know about all that. Because like I said, with my daughter, I don't have to do that all the time. I don't have to do that all the time. That for me, I don't, corporal punishment is not something I need to do on a consistent basis. Because there's other alternatives that I can use with her that are going to be effective because she's more scared of me than she is of her teachers, of anybody else. She's more scared of me. So she's going to listen to what I say because she knows better. So I don't have to go to the extreme of, if you do this once, now I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Like, no, we don't even have to go that route. So, and I don't want it to be that it has to be so extreme every single time, because I want my child to have a healthy fear of me. I want my child to have that fear of, yeah, I know my mom means business and I'm going to do what I need to because I know I'm supposed to. That's a healthy fear that your child has.
Tammy, hold on. Let me stop you right there real quick. Cause just what you said is what I want to get out real quick. Just real quick. And then DJ Eddie, you could do your thing, bro. On the thing with the whole corporal thing that y'all saying, right? Just how you ended what you said. That's why I run my household hands off. I don't feel that I need to put any type of hands on my kids in no type of way for my point to get across. Okay, because like when I was younger, I used to get beat with switches. I got beat with belts. You know what I'm saying? I had the stepdad hold us down while my mom would do her thing. Then it's like they took turns. You feel me? So like I've been through the whole spanking stages and shit. But the thing that I never really like tripped on too much is who the fuck is getting the satisfaction out of this? Because if I want to do the same shit again and I know it's gonna happen, I'm gonna still do the same shit again. So if it comes to me doing that and I'm just whatever on some hype like that, me getting fucking hands put on me ain't gonna stop shit. That may fuck me up a little bit, and I may start putting hands on people as my reactions to settle in situations. You feel me? So just how you kind of ended what you said, Tammy, with like a healthy fear, you feel me? That's what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't put nothing down on whatever anybody else does, but I always just had that thing because even when I got the business when I was young, I would always wonder like, who's getting the satisfaction out of this shit? Like I get it, I'm getting punished, but you can punish me, take shit away from me, and I'll make my life kind of miserable without having to put hands on me. You feel me? And that's just kind of what I did, man. But go ahead, DJ Eddie King, do your thing, man.
Hold up. Before DJ Eddie King go, because you gave like the perfect segue that I was gonna do. Because like you said, there is detrimental effects to the corporal punishment that we don't talk about. So there's basically a range of negative outcomes that they say is linked to corporal punishment. You guys, I mean, of course, it doesn't apply to everyone, but they say it's including physical and mental health, cognitive and social emotional development, poor educational outcomes, increased aggression, and perpetuation of violence. So those are the things that they say are linked to corporal punishment. Some people got spanked and then they turned out completely fine, but some people they do project their punishment onto others. So if they were taught as a kid, you do something bad, you get spanked. If someone does something bad to them, I'm gonna punch you, right? That's what they were taught, to respond to wrongdoings with violence. So there is studies that say it could have a detrimental effect, and y'all can pick it up from there, starting with DJ Eddie King.
I'm gonna let Queen go ahead because she ain't been talking for a while. You know, Queen, she's been quiet for a while. Queen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry about that, Queen. We didn't mean to put you on back burner like that. We sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna have to jump off soon anyway because I gotta get home from work. But I will say that I think communication is two, but I believe both. I believe in both. I believe in talking. I believe in, I believe that there are other ways to communicate. You don't always just have to put your hands on somebody, but every now and then you have to, like my sister didn't really beat my niece but I mean, I was her nanny, so I beat her. So she was off the hook. And there were other things I did too, but I definitely popped her hand or said no or whatever. But I just think to each his own. But my Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. I think every soft bond need a few bumps and bruises on it. And yeah, I'm not, especially the mouth, like yeah, it could be all good now, but sometimes the tongue gets a little courageous, and need that pop in the mouth. You know what I mean? I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just it's a balance. I think it, sometimes it can be done overboard. I don't think it's necessarily any satisfaction, but I'm gonna let you know, hey, look, I ain't got no kids, but I babysat enough, and that was one of the rules. People I was close to, I said, can I give them a pop? Because if I can't pop them, you ain't leaving them in my damn house. Because if they gonna be sitting on the sidewalk, because I ain't dealing with no bratty kids. So if I can't pop them, you taking them with you. So that was one of the rules, and let's just say all the kids stayed with me because the parents was like, here, go ahead, I don't care. So anyway,
real quick, I just want to say real quick because I'm about to leave, because it's almost midnight. So real quick, I do think that every parent is different, and every parent, I don't criticize anybody who chooses to discipline their child the way they do. And Princess K said something in a comment a minute ago, and I do exactly the same thing that she had said in there. So when my daughter would get spanked, and we'll say allegedly, I guess, there was a conversation that was had afterward about why she got that, and there was even like a specific number of times she got it. I mean, it was down to that. There was a conversation about why. What did she do that she should have done differently, and how did I get to that decision? So that was even the conversation that her and I had, and then there was an understanding about all that. So, like I said, there's been, I can't even remember the last time she got one of those, and I do think it can definitely be detrimental when you do it excessively, when it comes to kids and just the different things. Like I said, the stuff that was done with me, as far as whipping, and compared to what I do as a parent, is completely different. Completely different, because it was that you got the whipping with switches and all kinds of other things, and even just what was done anyway. So yeah, I as a parent didn't want to be that kind of parent. That was the first thing that I jumped to. That, okay, you did something wrong, okay, you're gonna get this. I didn't want to be that kind of parent, which I'm thankfully not that kind of parent. And there are other alternatives that I'm able to use that are just as effective as that, so I don't have to. So I definitely think that there can be some detrimental long-term effects when you do that excessively and constantly and all the time, and choose not to have any other type of alternative. That the only thing you do is, this is the only thing I'm gonna do. You're gonna get this whipping, this corporal punishment. That's it, and that's all. There's nothing else I'm gonna try. There's nothing else I'm gonna even see if it can be ineffective, because that's things that other things can be just as effective, if not more effective. So.
Thanks, First Lady Tammy. So do you got to take off like right now or what?
Yeah, I do because I actually have to be up. I'm not gonna see what time.
Okay, do you want to
Right
just
now.
give some final statements? Thank you for coming up. You know, you
Um,
always dropping some gems, but yeah, go ahead and take it away, Miss Tammy.
just as a parent, make sure that you are paying attention to your kids. Make sure that you're aware of everything that they're doing, especially when it comes to technology. Um, have a conversation with your kids that they need to have, so that they don't try to get the education elsewhere. Um, and be aware of your friends. Talk to your kids about their day. Talk to them about school. Talk to them about their teachers. Talk to them about what they learned that day. Talk to them about their friends. Get to know what kind of friends they have, because that can be very informative about things that you may not even know about your child, just because of the type of friends that they hang around. So, be an informed parent. Be an informed parent. Nothing wrong with being a friend to your child, but you don't want to be more of a friend than a parent. You should be a parent first and foremost. But definitely stay and be informed and help your kids be informed so that they have what they need to make the right choices. So, but yeah, I'm First Lady Tammy of Knowledge and Relationships, and I'm on Instagram at First Lady Tammy 916, and I get on here and give you my pieces, my more than my 5 cents. I give like 10 or 15 cents. So, but yeah, other than that, other than that, I'm out.
Talk about the book club.
Thank you, First Lady Tammy, for giving
Yes.
us
Oh
your
yeah, the book
15
club.
cents of knowledge.
Yes, book club's gonna be here next Tuesday. We're gonna have the book club back. So, and we're gonna be going over the book, the 1619 Project. So you definitely want to tune in for that. So.
Yes, ma'am.
All
right. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Good night.
Peace out.
Well, it's an interesting conversation.
Chip.
And then there were 5 fellas. So it looks like all of you gentlemen had chimed in on the last question that was posed, correct?
I believe so.
DJ Eddie King, did you already answer?
Oh yeah, I've been answered this before.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yep, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Let's just give a couple shout outs to all of the people in the chat that's still been sticking with us. Queen, we wanted to get your closing remarks, but we know you had to depart. So shout out Queen, First Lady Tammy, Quantum Love, and Princess K still rocking heavy in the chat. Miss Tequila, good night.
That's dope. Appreciate y'all.
So it's looking like unless you guys want to keep it going, we can start wrapping things up.
Yeah. Everybody, we're gonna wrap things up, man. I'm gonna highlight everybody, let them know who you are, let them know they can find you. I'm gonna start out with.
Hold on, Mr. Best. You ain't getting off that easy, nigga. Hold on, cuz.
Yo.
Hold on, cuz.
Yeah, I don't know who Mr. Best think he is, man. He thinking this a M3 joint.
Yeah, I'm like Mr. Best trying to do a strong arm takeover.
Yeah, you want Eazily Rigged.
Let's close up. So yeah, man. Listen, man. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for giving us some love, man. Please, man, show us love in the chat, man. Please like and share, man. You know what I mean? It'll definitely boost the algorithm. You know what I mean? We definitely appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I'm Mr. Best in the World, 1984, man. You can find me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tune in to Knowledge of Relationships. Tune into the Intellectual Soapbox, man. You know what I mean? And definitely, man, you know what I mean? Show us some love. Please leave a comment after we close out, okay? You know what I mean? And just, boost up the algorithm, man. Boost up it all, man. You know what I mean? And definitely hit that like button, hit that bell, hit the notification, hit all. All right, y'all? Much love to y'all, man. Peace out.
Much love to you, Mr. Best.
Appreciate you, Mr. Best.
Chip.
Appreciate that. And like Quantum Love said, Mr. Best be having that takeover spirit. Yeah, he be cool, calm, and collected, but when he want to take over, man, this cat turned into Tarzan or something.
Nah, I ain't trying to take over, man. I just know I gotta.
Oh, he's still there. I thought he bounced. He's still there. Listen to it.
No, I gotta click a certain button. That's why I gotta stay on.
Nah, we just messing with you, Mr. Best.
Yeah, Mr. Best, you good, man.
Shout out to Bolo TV in the chat.
Bolo, what up, baby?
Oh snap, Bolo, what's up, man? Bolo, man, you could come up. You can give your opening and closing if you'd like to. We would have loved to have your knowledge drop today, but we'll still salute you though. But Marcus, you want to go ahead and close it out for us, buddy?
Sure, no problem, man. Basically, just to round it up, if my kid thinks he can, do whatever they want and say this, I got nothing coming. It's this. Basically. So, with that being said, I appreciate knowledge and relationships. Buy the merch, hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. Also, subscribe to DJ the King, the Intellectual Soapbox as well. The channel. Yeah. Also, make sure you show love, respect to B-Eazy. Is that dude? Because he is that dude. And also, Big Rick Slaps in the building. They did a great job.
Big Rick Slaps!
And also, also everyone that came into the panel and the chat, much love and appreciation.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Marcus.
You crazy for that one, man.
Enjoy you coming up. And this is probably the first stream that you only said, but was you there once? So thank you.
My apologies.
Oh no, you all good. You know it's all fun and games. But DJ Eddie King, man, come on, take us home.
Okay. Yeah, man. I want to thanks for everybody for watching the show. Everybody in the chat. Please like to subscribe to Knowledge and Relationship. Also like and subscribe to the Intellectual Soapbox. You guys like this live stream, if you like what you see or heard tonight, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Shout out to Marcus, shout out to B-Eazy, Mr. Best, Big Rig Slap, and DJ Eddie King, yeah, and M3. I don't know where you're at, but shout out to you as well, man. I just want to say, First Lady Tammy, shout out to you. You know, everybody be on the lookout for that book club. You know what I mean? It's a book called 619. Is that the book, Mr. Bett?
1619.
1619. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. See,
no, you cool.
Right. Be on the aware for that book. That's coming real soon, around June. Princess K, shout out. Quantum Love, shout out. Bolo TV, shout out, man. Everybody, shout out. Colin, man, I don't know where you at, but shout out to you too, man. Yeah, man. You know, I just want to say thank you for everybody for watching and enjoying the show. And you can find me on YouTube, DJ the King. That's all you got to do is type in DJ the King. Also, Instagram, DJ.King. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and everybody that I've named, please hit the notification bell. Then we can get the videos and the old videos. But that is my time. Oh yeah, and I am the music producer for Knowledge and Relationship that ends in the Intellectual Soapbox. Yes, I just want to throw that out. There.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I got one announcement.
DJ
I got one announcement real quick.
Yes, sir.
I know one announcement real quick. One announcement is this: Thursday we'll be back, y'all. 6:15, I believe, or 6:30. We're gonna work out the time. And then Saturday, brunch time with Dom is coming back. Damo's coming back. Free Damo.
Free Dom.
Damo, what's going on? So Damo definitely coming back. I might stream Friday as well. But this Saturday, 12 noon, Pacific Standard Time. Salute to you, Wally. And salute to Before the Billions as well. Good to see y'all, brothers. Damo's coming back. Please be on the lookout. Riggs and B-Eazy, take it away, y'all.
Yeah, so once again, salute to Wally. Salute Before the Billions. We about to end it, but thank you guys for stopping by. DJ Eddie King, thank you for dropping that. Big Riggs, man. Let's take us home, Big Brody.
Hey, what's going on, man? I appreciate y'all sliding through. I think it was a great stream. We're getting our feet wet. It's late night, but y'all here, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. And can't wait to see y'all again. You feel me? Be easy. It was a pleasure. Mr. Best.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We rocking, man. You can check me out on Instagram, Big Rig Slaps. That's my producing page. I'm a producer out the Bay Area. Been doing this for a minute. Got my shit playing in the background. And also you can check me out on Instagram at Ragtop Delta. That's my card thing. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you, Big Rig. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me get some action on here, man. I got a lot of shout outs to give. First, I hear Princess K talking about sing a song in the chat. Princess K, come up here. I thought you had some vocals. We would love, you know what I mean? We'd love for you to bless us with your beautiful voice. But salute to all of the chat participants that's been here the whole time, rocking with us. Quantum Love, Princess K. I know Sir Hell Speaks stop by. Bolo TV, Queen Tammy. We had a full house. Truth is never favored. So we had a lot of regulars. I seen some new faces. This was a dope stream. And really, this is just a preliminary stream. I like to call it an appetizer. You feel me? Because we got a whole lot. We got a whole lot more coming. Y'all haven't even got the full entree yet. We just gave y'all some finger food. So just stay tuned to Knowledge and Relationships. But this is the most important part, what I'm going to say. Everybody that spoke up tonight, y'all need to go subscribe to the channel. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. It's free though, right? So it ain't going to cost you nothing but a little bit of time, actually a matter of seconds. So DJ Eddie King, type it in the search bar, Intellectual Soapbox. If you ain't subscribed to Knowledge and Relationships, take the time to do that now. Type in B-Eazy, that dude, in the search bar. You'll find me on here, YouTube, Instagram. You know what I mean? Marcus, I don't know if you got a channel, but if you type in Marcus, I'm sure you'll find up something.
I don't have a channel, but I support.
Well, Marcus don't have a channel, but you can see
Right
him
on, Marcus, for
live on
sure.
Knowledge and Relationships, you know. But this is what we got to do. We got to support each other, continue to build up, you know. So this is just the start of the foundation, you know what I mean? Brick by brick, we gonna build something the size of the Eiffel Tower. What we also need y'all to do, if you can be so kind and gracious after the video, please leave a comment. It can be a long essay comment, or it can be a simple emoji. You can drop 100, you can drop a fist, you could drop a fire emoji. All of that commentary is greatly appreciated.
We don't do the thumbs down, no. We don't do the thumbs down, no.
No, we don't do the thumbs down. And you know what? We actually got a little outro. You know, I'm actually gonna have to do some revisions to the outro to add a couple more names on here. But for that time, just bear with me for 1 minute.